I'm not sure if you guys could hear me. Could you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? I said, hello, Natalie. Awesome, Natalie. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, yeah, you can't hear me. Yeah, you can hear me now, I guess. Yeah, I had this mute on the microphone. Great start, huh? Great start. Yeah, like as always. um, yeah, I don't really have anything planned per se. I have a couple of videos that I thought would be cool to watch together. I waited and said, oh, maybe somebody else wants to do a live stream and we can watch some videos with them. But nobody did. So I said, you know what? It's up to me to do a live stream. No, I'm not saying it that way. I thought it would be cool to just hang out, watch some videos. If you guys have any recommendations, would be cool. I have a couple of videos myself. I also have some news, but I'm gonna wait maybe until more people join for the news, so that I don't repeat it. No other reason. Otherwise, yeah, it's all good. It's Friday, baby. I don't know how your week has been. But yeah, you can hear me now, Natalie. Love to see it. Carrie, thank you. Great to see you also, Carrie. Yeah, when I did the last live outreach, there were a lot of people watching, huh? There were like 100 people at some point, I know. I don't know how it was in the comments. I'm curious, like, were there a lot of non-vegans? Because that's the point, right? That's why I do them vertically also, so that it reaches more people. So in the end, that more non-vegans get to them. So if you guys saw a lot of non-vegans, that's good. That was the purpose. That's the purpose of doing those, so that it reaches more people horizontally, right? Hey, Davey, nice to see you. Has been hotel, Linda. Has been hotel. That's cool. Mike says he's working at the moment, but he's providing some corn. Love it. Love corn. Mike, I always forget about the popcorn as a snack, and I have a popcorn machine at home. And somehow I always forget about it. I always just buy chips, which aren't as healthy, are they? But, health, schmelth. Hey, Arret, Soul Vegan, Arret. Am I pronouncing it correct? Arret, is it French? Parlez-vous français? Je ne parle pas français. Yeah. Oh, Martin says, lots of non-vegans in the last stream. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's what we want. More non-vegans. So I don't know if it was the time or how come the last time it reached so more non-vegans, but I will try to do that somehow to reach more non-vegans. I think it was the title that got a lot of non-vegans, because I think the title was, let me see what title I put. I'm like, when I went to there, I was like, you know what? So I first went and recorded some footage myself that I'll post at some point, and then I said, you know what? Let's do some live outreach also. I had forgotten my microphone. No, not my microphone. I had forgotten the charger to put my phone to charge, and I didn't have enough battery to do live outreach. So I'm like, I really want to do some live outreach. So I had to go home and get the battery. Yeah, and then I came back. So it was kind of an annoyance. So when I came back, I was feeling a bit playful, and I think I said the title. Let me see. I'm actually curious what I said the title for. Oh, vegan forcing his views in public. Yeah, on public. Yeah, yeah. So that was. That's why I think a lot of people joined, because of the title. More people. Hey, Henry. Nice to see you here. Linda asks me, "Are you a quiet person or a talkative person offline?" Linda, I'm very quiet. In fact, like, my default state is sometimes I talk to myself. It helps out if I have like emotions or something's overwhelming me. I talk to myself, but I'm a quiet person mostly, except for maybe if I'm with friends, then I become a bit talkative. You know, by default, I'm normally quiet, but I guess at some point in my life, I learned that it's good to not shut up and be talkative. I don't know. I always felt like people who talk are better off than the people who don't. So then I'm like, I should not be a quiet person then. What the F is up? LSLSLSL. Nothing's up. We're just chilling. Yeah. You know, I actually have a plan for this back wall. The Mr. Chip is gonna stay. So you probably don't know, but like all around me are familiar places. No, all around me in this room, I had to. There were a lot of things that kept piling up, and with time, I didn't organize them nice enough, and it was kind of annoying me. So I organized them really nicely now. Everything is pretty neatly organized here. Maybe I can show you guys. It would be pretty cool, huh, to show you guys the whole setup here. Um, I don't even know if I can. Let's see if I can show you guys the setup. But yeah, wait, before I show you the setup. Actually, maybe I'll show you the setup when I want to do the other thing. And I changed things around a bit. It wasn't even that expensive. I went to IKEA, got some really nice things to organize myself. And now I got space. I got nice organization everywhere. And I was thinking that behind here, normally this shelf is part of another unit here that's pretty big. And I don't really like it that much anymore. I used to like it when I first bought it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. It's a bit industrial looking. And I'm like, now I think like it's a bit crowded. Like when I enter the room, it kind of annoys me to see it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of all of this and make something different out of it. So the Mr. Chip is gonna stay obviously on the wall, but then on it, I'm gonna be putting up some stuff, and I think I'm gonna make a live stream where we decide what to put on the wall. I think that would be pretty cool, and including one subscriber's name every month. That's what I thought. So one subscriber name will have their name on my wall. I will be praying to them every month. No, I won't be praying, but you know, that was the plan in my head. It's not there yet, but that's the plan. Yeah. The non-vegan chatters, I felt, weren't arguing in good faith, though. They used the classic, did you just compare farms to slavery? Yeah. How dare you compare things? Did you just compare the number 1 to the number 1,000? Are you dumb or something? How can you compare such numbers? Huh? 1? 1,000? Oh, so ridiculous. You can compare anything to anything. Stop it. Yeah. Well, not you, but I mean, like, the people, it's kind of ridiculous. Actually, it's sad that they were in bad faith, but I still think that if they hear some of the things, if they hear some of the arguments, something does stick there. And especially if you have like when there were those 3 guys who were like just coming up with all the excuses and seeing that we can, you know, talk without being too, like, we were pretty respectful with each other, but I was trying not to allow too much BS. So I still think some things stick, and even if for some people it doesn't, for others it does, right? Something does stick. I do believe that. I think with Rafaela we were talking, right, that it's one thing, you watch one video, then you watch another, then you watch another, and at some point you don't even know that, like, each and every argument you think about eventually comes up, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, makes sense then. The one Twitch streamer that you interviewed in your live outreach was a real embarrassing prick. Oh, that I actually searched for him afterwards. I've never been on Twitch. I've never ever been on Twitch. I might start doing Twitch also. Why not? If there's a lot of people there to watch, why not? To watch the content, why not? He was a bit of a prick. I agree with that. I actually wanted to watch to see what people were saying in his live stream in the comments, if anybody was actually getting the message or if they were getting just as embarrassed or something like him, because he became really defensive really fast. But apparently on Twitch, or maybe you can, if once the stream has ended, you can see in the past, but otherwise I couldn't see what the past or the comments or anything like you can on YouTube. So I couldn't see what they were saying about him. Yeah. Henry, yeah, they were very derogatory. Yeah. Same. I'm so not used to talking about vegan stuff. Yeah. I'm scared if I try to do outreach, it'll take too long to respond. So people will think I have no comeback. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. I know that scariness. But that's okay. Like I think that so yesterday I do therapy, Kel surprise. And and I encourage everybody to do therapy. It's pretty useful. And yesterday I actually talked to my therapist about this, and the one thing she told me is, confidence, and all the other stuff that we usually admire in people, they just come with experience. They don't come with anything else. None of us were like, oh yeah, I get it. I know how to say, I know how to immediately respond. So right. So just go out there. You can film yourself if you want. You don't have to do it live like I do, right? But like you can film yourself. And if you don't like it, you don't have to post it. That's the beauty of it, right? If you nobody sees it, you go on and you get experience. And the next time you know how to say it better and better. And like I'm constantly learning what to say. I don't know. There's times when I don't know what to say, and I'm like, oh, okay, what do I say now? And I'm like, okay. And by the way, if you don't know what to say, a good technique is to say, oh, okay, so what you're suggesting, what you're saying is that dot dot dot, right? Like you repeat what they're saying to them. And sometimes even that already starts the conversation, gets a conversation going. So don't be afraid to do that, Linda. I encourage you, go out there to outreach. It would be cool. It would be cool to see. Hey, vegan postmortem. Nice to see you here, Mr. Crisp. Davey giving us some grapes. Love it. Hey, Ankin Artig. Artig. I don't know why I want to read it like I would in Dutch. Ankin Artig. Nice to see you. I've been watching. You took an interview of me and Harry, and I've been going on your channel. Kind of sounds kind of funny. Oh no, Vegan Gaze is also live. Damn, I didn't want to go live at the same time as somebody else. I should have had patience. So I've been going on your channel, Ankin, and I've been looking to compare if my video has more views than his video, but no, it doesn't. So guys, just watch that interview. Just go there and make some views for Ankin, and like we need my interview to have more views than Harry's. Not that I'm competitive. No, nothing. No, we just need that. I was a cabinet maker and an antique furniture restorer, so I have a phobia about IKEA furniture. Oh yeah, Martin, I have heard a lot of stories about how they treat their suppliers and how they treat the people who make furniture. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. Sadly, like when you're when you don't have a lot of money, that's a really good solution. Got a couple of chatters to commit to watching Dominion. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually, David. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool if you got them. Yeah. I feel like I just spam watch Dominion. Curiosity might get them there. That's cool. Yeah, do that. Yeah. So if there's a lot of them, just say watch Dominion, or you're not no, something like, oh, you're not brave enough to watch Dominion. I don't know, something to really get their juices. Like you I'm not brave enough. What were you saying? Yeah. That's good. Bible Dump podcast. Dominion broke my heart. I couldn't watch it. I could not watch Dominion. It is pretty intense. Pretty intense. Like I watched 5 minutes, started crying, came back, watched another 3 minutes, started crying, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I don't need to watch it. I'm already vegan. Fuck that. So I stopped. I asked him if he remembered how bad he embarrassed himself when the animal rights activist interviewed him, and he got so mad and banned me from his chat. Wait, who? What? Who did you ask? Who did you? Let me try to see if I. Oh, the guy on Twitch. Oh, okay. I see it now. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. He was embarrassed. That's a good move. If he was embarrassed, that means things are moving for him, I guess. Right? The Twitch guy banned me. The chat was not any better. Oh, okay. Hey, V Jamie, by the way. Oh, sorry to hear that they banned you. I don't know if you cared about watching that guy in particular. I guess I saw that he's from Chicago and he does live streams in Amsterdam. Mr. Crispy Tofu. Heck yeah. Yeah, let's make Chip the most watched interview. Yeah, let's do that. I asked that Ray Demto moron you interviewed. Yeah, I got that. Ray Demto. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. I was actually curious to see myself also from his angles and be like, what's going on? Like to see what I actually, to be honest, I wasn't that interested in seeing myself from that angle because I'm like, I don't really like seeing myself from different angles other than the ones that I approve. This angle particular, but it was more. I wanted to see what the chat was saying if they because the guy got really defensive. So I was like, I don't get it. You know, why is everybody getting so defensive? Davey says he watched the interview. Nice, Davey. Good discussion. There you go, Davey. You're awesome, Davey. Thank you. The chat usually sides with their streamer. Human nature, unfortunately. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That they do side with the streamer, and that's why I think it's sad that he became a bit sad. Like he became a bit well, not defensive. It's kind of sad, unless it's Chip. Yeah, listen, guys, do not side with me if I'm wrong, please. Do not side with me, okay? Just if I'm wrong, side with the other person. I need to learn. You know, we all need to learn. It cannot be like this. I'm drinking some ginger tea, by the way. Okay. Chip, what V level can you boulder? I don't know the level itself. 5A, 6A, something? 5A, 6A, 6A, I think it's 6A. I can Google that, find out. I know they have the colors that at the gym that I go to, they have specific colors. I look on the wall and I say I'm at this color. But I don't look at the numbers. I should probably look at the numbers, but if I think it's either 6A or 5B or 6A or something somewhere along there. I can do probably harder things, I noticed, but I try not to use my strength, but rather just technique, because that's the whole point of bouldering, right? To use technique. Yeah. I think there's something wrong with him. He's just nonstop piece of shit on his stream. Okay, but you know, I think so. What I actually looked into this today, coincidentally. So apparently, if you trigger emotions like negative emotions and stuff, it's better, and algorithms promote you for that. The reason why that is because if you trigger positive emotions, even if your people like your video, they're not going to interact as much. Whereas if they dislike it, if there's something that you don't like, if there's something that you're like, oh, this annoys me, they'll write comments, they'll interact with the content more. So negative videos, kind of like people getting riled up and stuff, things that get people riled up apparently are supposed to be promoted. It's kind of speaks to our human nature, right? That's what happens. But even if you think about it, like when you go to a restaurant, you're not going to give a positive review, right? Most of the times, well, you can, but most people give reviews only when they're negative. So they interact only when it's negative. So, right, that's kind of why this is happening. He's live right now. Yeah, let's not give him more views. Damn him. Actually, I am curious what he's doing. But yeah, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was a nice interview. Same, but the colors are different at every gym. Yeah, they are. I learned also because I go to another gym sometimes, and they're a bit different. But that's why I said 5B, 6A, something like that. Thank you, Martin. Yes, I saw your comment. He's a douche. I only went there to vegan spam. Nice. I think the VOD is up from his encounter with you. Oh, what's a VOD? Video on demand? What's VOD? Oh, the video is up from that encounter. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, true. Also, in general, negative sensational video names are more likely to be clicked. Yeah, that's the thing. People like to be enraged, or people. I think what it is, when we have positive emotion, well, positive or negative emotions, but I think what it is that when we feel like a positive valence emotion, right, where we're like happy or whatever, we just want to go outside and talk to people and like be happy. We want to stay in that situation. Whereas when we have negative again emotions, we don't know what to do with that. So Go online, troll, say mean comments to people and stuff. Vegan stoner lady, hello. Smoking up the broccoli. Okay, I am done with the chat. Let's watch some videos, huh? Let's watch some videos. That's why we are here. Vegan Gaze is also live, which is awesome. He's awesome. Yeah. Hey, funny Stursta. Funny Stursta. Am I butchering it? Funny Stursta. Yeah, I know how to say it better. Justin. Sup. Okay, so for videos, I have actually a pretty cool video. Well, I have some smaller creators, which I thought it would be cool to watch. It's always good to get to see other content creators make videos. Well, small. I'm also pretty small. Like I'm here all up in here saying like, oh yeah, smaller creators, as if I'm a big creator. But yeah, like I don't care. I like to share. If I grow, I like to share the growth with others. So that's the whole point about it. Oh wow! Now everybody's online. Now there's another creator that I normally follow that's online. Look at that! Just like I go online, all of a sudden everybody goes online. I'm kidding. Obviously, everybody had their own life and everybody had their own plans to do so. Okay. You know what? Do you guys want to watch something in particular? I have. Let me show you what I have from my watch list, and maybe we can choose some of those. Let me just clear my watch list. Well, clear it as in sort it. Man, the watch list on YouTube is so. It can be so much better done. It's kind of ridiculous that it's not. It's kind of iffy. I don't really care for it. David Ram's last two outreach videos have brought tears to my eyes. The last one was really good, right? Where we had a lot more conversations with those guys. They were very good. And when he mentioned that guy's name, that guy's dog's name, wow, that was brilliant. I'm gonna try doing that from now on. Well, still, you surpassed me very quickly, even though I technically make videos since 16 years or so. Okay, well, I guess I don't know. Lucky and unlucky. Yeah, it's luck. It's luck. And perseverance, but luck mostly. Mostly luck. You watch my video on protein. Did you make another one, Ankin? Ankin Arte. Oh no, the older one. Yeah, I watched the older one. No, I thought you made another one. Bible Dump. Yeah, they were good. They were very good. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we are watching. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I started reading Eternal Treblinka today. Well, yeah. Theoretically, I started reading it last night, but let's say today I read most of the things that I read. I only read one chapter. It's very good. It's very good, but I don't know. There's something that I wish it would be done slightly different in the book, but I'm gonna give it a chance and continue because I just read one chapter, so I'm like whatever. And yeah, but it's a good book. It's a good book. It's an interesting book. Like I never realized that it's true that maybe a lot of the racism and slavery and all that has been inspired by how we treat animals. It's very interesting. Yeah, very emotional read, Eternal Treblinka. Yeah, it is very emotional indeed. I tried making another account so I could tell him he's dumb again, but phone number banned me. It's okay. Don't bother him. Leave them alone. We should do a Raidempta stream raid and call him embarrassing. It's okay. Like, oh, I don't think that would get him to I think he'll just become hating on vegans. I think, yeah, it's kind of weird that he has that position. I don't know why. Were you convinced by the studies? Oh, that you sent me about protein. I haven't looked through them yet. Sorry. Well, let me write it down. Actually, maybe I should do that. Studies about protein that you sent me. They're pretty cool. I'll check them out. I don't know. Like I do eat a lot of protein, but I like eating a lot of protein. I don't know. Gotta get those muscles. Actually, I've started changing my routine in the gym, so now I'm pretty sore everywhere because of it. But so I need a bit more protein, I guess, to recover. Hello, Evan Peterson. Is it Evan or Evan? Evan. I think it's Evan, right? Evan Peterson. You like eating. Yeah, I like eating. I like eating. That's the reality. Actually, right before the stream, that's what I was doing. Eating. Trying to make end speciesism embroidery design for my clothes. Oh, that is really cool. Really, really cool. Are you using like a thing that you're putting on the clothes and then just sewing it, like like we did when we were young, where you had the little hose one by one? I think it's called embroidery, right? Or is embroidery every time you sew? I don't know. But to your defense, food is life. Yes, food is life. So is water. Food and water. That sounds gorgeous. Sounds gorgeous. It does. It does sound gorgeous. Okay, enough of this. Enough of this. No, not enough. I still want to interact with the chat. That's awesome. I like that you guys are here. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me share my my watch later list, and you're gonna have to not judge me when you see my watch later list, okay, guys? Because like I got some weird things there, you know. Like I'm not the I like stuff and things. In high school, I made all my own t-shirts using iron on labels from a craft store. I should do that again. Oh, damn. Okay. I'll do that. I have a really nice tank top that I'm wearing in the gym, but it doesn't say vegan on it. So I think that if I would put vegan on it, it would be perfect. Because I look pretty big in that one. And like, people would be like, "Oh, this guy's vegan and that big." Okay, let me share with you my watch list. Again, no judgment, okay? No, you can judge me. Share screen. No, Chrome tab. Watch later. Okay. So this is my watch later. This is the one that I just added. Meat production declining from vegan FDA. It was just recently posted, I think 28 minutes ago. Yeah. There's the Radikale Veganerin video. Vegan woman confronts meat eater. That's what I wanted to watch actually first. Then James Kite, vegan activist condemned to hell. Open-minded Muslim sits down with vegan from Matthias Hamre Svein. That was also really cool. And yeah, whatever else starts. Yeah. So let's watch something. Yeah? That was the point. That's why we came here, to watch something. I'm going to start with Die Radikale Veganerin. By the way, if you don't know her, she's awesome. She sent me a couple of designs for
enjoy watching this video.
For the sign that I haven't printed out yet, and I'm thinking I might print out. So show us some love. Let me post the video before before we start watching, and afterwards, why not? So this is her video that we are watching right now. Let's watch it, and yeah, you know, throw a like there, a comment, all that beautiful stuff.
This video, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe. When you agree that animals should not be commodified, and when you reject the exploitation of animals, that means you're a vegan. And the logical conclusion of that is that you don't eat or wear them or their secretions. Have you seen footage like this before? Like it's a slaughterhouse footage. You can't see it, but I have a hard question. Like, are you still funding it though?
By eating. right?
Yeah, by eating animal products.
You're right.
Yeah. You know, would you say that you're against animal abuse and cruelty, for example? Yeah, right? Because if I would have any animal right here, right now.
Man, her tats are awesome. Like this one, I mean, this on her right arm, I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of ink. I can't imagine how long that takes to make. And I want to have a lot of tats like that, but the commitment, the budget. She looks really cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's continue watching.
And somebody would attack this animal, you would stop them, right?
Sure.
Or would you join?
No, I would stop him.
Yeah.
I would kick him.
Yeah, but then you're like me, you're an activist at heart. You're not only vegan at heart, you're an activist.
I have a dog and 11 cats.
Yeah, and I live together with a cat.
He's got a dog and 11 cats. Wow. I can't imagine living with 11 cats. I like dogs. I'm okay with cats, but 11 cats, oh my God.
As well, I love her to death, really, really. So, and the thing is, between a dog and a cat and a pig and a cow and a chicken, there is no morally significant difference that would justify abusing them or even like commodifying them, you know? Because when you would stop someone from hurting an animal and then you turn around to pay someone to hurt them, do you think that this goes together or that is a little bit...
That's why it's very complicated.
It's actually very simple.
Stop eating meat and go vegan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. It's not. No, but see, you make it sound like meat itself is the problem, but it's not. What do you think, in your own words, is veganism? What is it?
Just not to eat anything, only to be vegan.
Well, it's
not eating anything.
That's the conclusion. Like when you understand the vegan philosophy, then you, of course, you don't.
I know it's healthy.
That's a very nice way of putting it. That's the conclusion. That's a conclusion. Never thought about that. I usually just say that that's one of the consequences of it, but that's the conclusion. Kind of sounds like a good one also. Let me check out the chat. Yes, Rafaela has a drive with designs for signs. Nice. Yeah, I was surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised per se. I was presently impressed by how professional Rafaela is and how organized she is. I like her videos. Yeah, I like her videos too. She has a really nice video where she goes through a book and asks which one. That's awesome. And she sent me the link to the book also. I think I might want to print it out and go out there and try it. It's a really good way of doing it. It takes a bit more time, but it's really interesting. Her German videos are good too. Yeah, I wish I knew German. Whenever it's in German, I'm like, oh. She's a mermaid. Look it up. Is she? That's pretty cool. Paulina Bicert. Is that B is red S, right? Bicert. Oh wow, I just watched this yesterday. Nice. Get a vegan face tat. I was thinking of doing like the neck. I think that's a pretty good one where you say vegan. But I also like, when I do the social experiment, I don't want people to know I'm vegan yet, because if they do, then a lot of people might run away pretty fast, especially in the middle of the social experiment. So too many cats. Quality over quantity. Yeah, too many cats. 11 cats. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of cats. It's not that hard to not abuse animals. Vegan After Dark. I can't do that song. It's really good. Sky has that. It's important to be able to have time to take care of all the animals in your care. I agree. Hey, Ken, Martin, Chip, and everyone. Hello. Hey, Haz. Doing an awesome job, Haz, by the way. I was impressed by your videos. Doing it live and filming and all that thing. You explained how your whole setup is. It was pretty good. Mermaids are real. Some of them are. Yeah. Alexandra, the girl in the video, she is a mermaid and she is real. When she comes on land, her tail becomes legs. You can't actually see it in this video, but she has a tail, like a fish tail, I mean, because she's a mermaid. But yeah. This is a channel for vegans. It's funny. Hey Mobius, nice to see you. Yay! I got the right pronunciation. That German course I did in Romania really had really got me really got me to know how to read German, apparently, because I would have said this is a B and I would have read it differently. But hey, okay, I'm doing well. Okay, let's continue. I want to watch this video.
It helps with climate change.
Yeah, but these are the benefits. We don't care about the benefits for us or for the planet. It's not about us. It's not about me or you. It's about them. It's about the animals,
Nice.
right? Because from their perspective, you're either exploited or you're not. And so from their perspective, what would you want?
I will try my best. I thought about it many times.
Yeah, but
at
see,
least I'm kind of thinking about it.
yeah, because you see, when you agree that animals should not be commodified, and when you reject the exploitation of animals, that means you're a vegan. And the logical conclusion of that is that you don't eat or wear them or their secretions. And by that, of course, you don't eat meat. You can eat meat, but plant-based meat. I mean, there's so much.
I think she's doing a great job. I myself would have maybe been a bit more explanative in this whole. I think like we all as vegans kind of understand these terms. Like I think she says it here.
Exploitation of animals, that means you're a vegan. And the logical conclusion of that is that you don't eat or wear them or their secretions.
Yeah, like you don't eat or wear them or their secretions. I don't think a lot of people know what secretions are or what that implication is or means. And when you say eat them, yeah, they understand it, but wear them, I think a lot of people don't really understand what that means. Yeah, I realized that, you know, when outreaching, it has happened to me at least that most people when they're on camera, they're not going to say, yeah, I don't know what that means, because they think they're going to look dumb when that happens. And I don't know if you saw, but in some of my streams, I started telling them that this is a circle where when we don't understand something, we say, I don't understand. Because a lot of times they don't say this, they don't understand what some of the terms are, and they just go along thinking, yes, but they need to understand, right? That's the purpose. But maybe this guy understands, you know, I don't know. Like that's, I'm just saying like what I would have done maybe.
And by that, of course, you don't eat meat. You can eat meat, but plant-based meat. I mean, there's so much delicious plant-based stuff out there. It's not necessary at all to consume animal products, you know? And so it's all in your hands.
Yeah.
And
I hope I can make it.
But-
Because I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Really hard.
But
I will do it.
okay, let me ask you another question.
By the way, I haven't watched this. What do you guys think? Like the ones who have not watched it, please don't spoil it. Is this guy gonna turn vegan? Because I'm like, he's like saying, "Oh, I really want to watch it. I really want to watch it." He's saying, sorry, not I really want to watch it. I really want to go vegan. Yeah, I've really been thinking about it and stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy's pretty cool, huh? Okay, I'll go to the comments again. We're watching 10 seconds and go into the comments. And she will enchant you with her voice. Yeah, she does have a lovely voice. We can do some German lessons, Crisp. Ich hate Crisp. More singing. I thought I could sing. Then I went to a bar and let me see if I can do this. Then I went to a bar. Oh no, not that. Oh, that's okay. And then I went to a bar and they had karaoke, and I learned that I cannot sing. I learned that it's pretty cringy when I sing. People go like, "Yeah, you did a good job, buddy. Yeah, good job." That's what people. Whenever I sing, that's how people react, because I actually sing passionately, but they're like, yeah. Bible Dump Podcast isn't more of a channel for non-vegans. Isn't it more of a channel for non-vegans? I don't know what are you talking about, but let's see. German pronunciation isn't that hard. The grammar is. I agree. Sorry, I missed it. What is her name? Alexandra is her name, the girl that we are watching now. Hello, Jeremy. Nice to see you. Perpendicular, parallel, then perpendicular, a number 2, and the computer on a line. Did I get it right? Yeah, some people don't even connect yogurt or Snickers with milk. Yeah, that's actually that's another important thing that I noticed in outreach is that you can say animal products, but a lot of people don't really realize that sweets, a lot of the sweets they eat are animal products. So yeah, I agree about the word secretions. Thank you. Yeah, secretions. It's yeah, I understand everybody has their own style of outreach, and I'm not talking about Alexander here. But I feel like words, to me, words are meant to communicate, nothing more. They have weight, they have value, and but the most, like, the basic, the starting purpose of a word is to communicate the message properly and clearly, right? And afterwards to add weight and emotional value to it. If the word cannot communicate properly, then the emotional value or the weight of it is, it's kind of lost, right? So yeah. Again, I'm not talking about Alexander here. I'm talking about any words that you use during outreach. And I think Earthling Ed was saying kind of the same thing. He doesn't want to get bogged down in the dialogue and the words, but rather for people to understand the message. And words can give the gravitas of the message, but it's important that when you use those words that you don't, like, right? Because if you use a really strong word, people might get scared, but you need to bring them in, right? I'm not saying that I'm doing that. I'm trying to do that, but that's kind of how I think it works, right? It's what I'm saying right here is one of those do as the doctors say, not as the doctors do type of things. I'm still watching his stream and he has absolutely zero social awareness and is so cringe to everyone around him. Maybe that's his whole thing. Do you find there can be language barriers sometimes too with some of the words? Yeah, there can, for sure. I feel like you do an amazing job with explaining things to every person. Thank you, Charlotte. I try. I'm a pretty simple-minded person, I guess, or I don't know how I would call myself necessarily. I'm a person who doesn't know a lot of complex and interesting and gravitas words. I'm not a very well-read person. Let's just put it this way. I think I was good at math, and so I have some math skills and some critical thinking skills. But when it comes to words and language, I'm not very good. So maybe for me, in that sense, it kind of helps me when I talk to people because I can use simpler words because I don't know any other type of words other than simpler words. So yeah, I appreciate it, by the way. In the first Borat movie, he gives some dude a sample of cheese his wife made herself from the milk of her tits. Oh my God, disgusting. But the milk from animals seems fine to me. Are you saying like the milk does seem fine to you? Are you not vegan, funny Esther? I think you are, right? I think you were just making a point. Hello, Pia Ogilvy. I never know how to pronounce it. Ogilvy. Tell me if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ogilvy. I don't think so. I don't think just providing information is actually very convincing to people. It's when you ask questions and for them talk through the logic in their own terms and level. That's a very good point also. So you need to ask questions because people will be more receptive to it. And if you tell I also realize when I tell the dairy story that I almost always say, I realized that I need to ask more questions. I started asking a couple of questions in the middle of it, but I need to ask even more questions because like the minute you ask questions, people will answer. They'll think about it and they'll make a connection, right? That's the key. The key at the end of the day, the best outreach, if you ask me, the best outreach will be when you just ask questions and they just figure out by themselves. I think secretions is still great though because it highlights the absurdity, but it should still be explained afterwards in a casual way, basically. Yeah, that's also good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good way also of putting it where she said it. I think it's just maybe when you say it along with the other stuff, it kind of just melts away in the whole message. Whereas it's very important. I think most people actually have a problem quitting the secretions rather than the meat, right? Most people that I talk to here in Netherlands don't have a problem with quitting meat. Yeah, sure, there are some who are like, yeah, I like my meat or whatever BS. But like other than that, most people have a problem with all the other products next to it, like sweets, like cheeses, like all that stuff. So yeah. I try to use words a child can understand. Yeah, that's it. That's a good one. Yeah, I really like the phrase pregnancy-based milk. That's a good one. Let me write it down. I like that one, pregnancy-based milk. I think I wrote it down before, but you know, there's a thing that your brain does. The more you write it down, the faster you'll remember it. So, because, you know, sometimes we just call it normal milk, which isn't, it shouldn't be normal. It is normal because, you know, it's normalized, but it shouldn't be. In the case of dairy, the word secretion probably diminishes what mother's milk means to mother and baby. Yeah, it's also true. I never thought about it that way, but that's true. In the case of dairy, you basically remove that whole connection that it is for mother's milk. That's a good one. Never thought about it that way. The German philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein wrote whole books about the bewitchment of language. Interesting. I am the exact same. Programmers suck at language, I guess. Yeah, Jan, nice to hear a fellow bad person with words. I don't know, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, I think at the end of the day, we all kind of have a focus, right? We can only focus on one thing, and we can try to focus on multiple things and go from one thing to the other, from one thing to the other, from one thing to the other, and learn more and more. And we can do that. Just that it's very difficult, and maybe it helps. You are vegan. Okay, nice. Okay, you were just making a point, then I get it. True Bible Dump Papa, the Socratic method is still the way. I agree. Borat and the Dictator is funny. Yeah. Gotta have those yummy secretions. Hey, Chase. Chip, I finally figured out how to transfer files onto the VR headset so you can ignore my desperate help texts. Sublime, Christina. Sublime. Love it. I figured it out. That's the last message that I saw. Wait. Okay, it took you an hour. That's fine. Well, it took you an hour. It took you an hour from the first message to the last message. I could have helped you in that. I'm sorry. I was busy doing this thing, helping people out, watching videos with other awesome people here. I know a lot of languages: C++, Java, Python, Rust, assembly. That's cool. That's cool. I also know some languages. Honestly, I have preferences. It took me so effing long. I don't think it took you that long. I don't think, honestly. I think it took me way longer when I did it the first time. Don't sell yourself short. 1 hour to do this, it's not short. It's the software is like this. So yeah, it's like, oh, you want to transfer this file onto this device? Oh, it's easy. You just got to plug in this code in 5 different languages, learn a new German language, of course, because you have to know German. Otherwise, how would you transfer a file? Wow. And then obviously it gets transferred like this. And at the end of it, you're like, is it working? I'm confused. So then you put on the headset and you're like, yeah, it's working. Yeah, it sucks. Well, no, I also tried it last week for 2 hours, so it took me 3 hours, actually. That's about right. That sounds about right. That's a good one. Okay, let's continue on the video.
How many animals from this moment on should be bred into existence, exploited and killed in your name? 0 or more than 0. What are you wishing for?
0.
And now I have very good news for you. You can do it from now on.
I hope so.
Now you don't have to hope. You can do it literally. Because every time you buy animal products, you create a demand. You tell the industries, create more of that. Breed them into existence, exploit them, and once they're not profitable anymore, slit their throat, replace them with another animal.
Right.
When a chicken is not laying enough eggs.
I like this question. How many animals have to be brought into existence, exploited, and slaughtered for you? I actually raised this question in my, oh damn, I forgot to put it like this. Okay. I actually raised this question into my last video, and you'll see that it will come up on Monday, and the people, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. I'll just leave it like this. I actually used that question also. So I learned it from her. It's a very good question.
Eggs anymore, we cut their throats, right? When a cow is not getting pregnant anymore for her mother's milk, we slit her throat. And it's always at a fraction of their lifespan. It is so unfair, right? You wouldn't want that to be done to you or your family, right? And what are we talking about? Be vegan from now on. It's so simple. It is easier for you than for them. That's
Right.
Let me give you a card.
I will.
There's a documentary on the page. It's called Dominion. It will show you just the standard practices from all animal exploitation industries. So for food, clothing, animal testing, the pet industry, and entertainment and stuff, you know. And I know that it can be very overwhelming to think of like, oh my God, if I'm vegan from now on, I have to change everything, right? I know that for many people it can be overwhelming, but let me give you an advice for that. Because just think of your next meal. Whatever is in 5 years, you don't have
Very
to
good.
worry about right now, okay? But your next meal, let it be a vegan one, okay? And once you've managed that, and you will, because it's very easy,
Yeah.
then you breathe in, breathe out, you feel great, you haven't exploited an animal, you're aligned your morals and your actions because you are already a vegan at heart, like most
So hearing this, actually, let me just let it finish and then I'll comment.
of the people, right? And so just boycott the shit out of these industries and don't fund slaughterhouses.
I got you.
I know, but when you can see it, don't fund it,
Yeah.
right? Every
Right.
time you buy an animal product, you're literally funding it. That's all on you then. Do you still want to?
Yeah.
Do you still want to fund this?
No.
No?
Hell no.
So then vegan from now on or what?
Yeah. I will
can
not
do
say
it.
I hope so. I will
No,
say I
you
will
do it. I'm so proud of you. Really, really, really
Thank
do
you.
it. Have a wonderful night,
job.
day. Bye-bye. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So she did a great job. I think if I were to comment only one thing was, let me put it this way. If I were to comment one thing, only maybe ask more questions. That's the only thing. Otherwise, she did amazing. So what I noticed while watching this, she asked that question, right? Which he said supposedly 0, and we hand out these cards. We tell them she tell them, take one meal at a time. I also say it sometimes, and it's very good. However, that's one interesting thing because this guy said he's been trying and he hasn't succeeded. And I'm thinking, I think what we need is a community. I mean, we have a community, right, of people. But I think what we need is also to give people, especially when they say they're trying and they're struggling, to also give them not just the resources on how to do it, but also See me? Oh, I'm back. Okay. Can you guys see me? I saw a cogwheel thing. So yeah, so I think we might need a link towards a community for people so that people can also join a community when they're struggling, because like a lot of these people that we meet are just they probably don't have a lot of vegan friends. They probably don't have a lot of people around them to help them. They probably don't know, like, let's say somebody likes Snickers, right, or something like that, and I'm not sure if there's a vegan Snickers. I never checked because I don't really like Snickers. But like if they have trouble replacing that, they're not going to know where to find it. Like even here in the Netherlands, a lot of people just go to this one supermarket that they know of, but they don't know about the other supermarkets. They don't know they can buy stuff online or whatever, right? And you can help them out. Like maybe they buy some products that are expensive or stuff like, right? A community like that is super helpful, and telling people, and not just that the community is helpful, but the having the support of the community, having the fallback on being like, oh, I understand. I can fall back on this. I can ask people. I can understand. And I usually tell them that there's the personalized help where you log in on a Discord server. Maybe that's a good one. Maybe that's what it is. But I think we need to mention community a bit. I think we need to mention, we need to not skip this part of acknowledging that people really need the sense of belonging. It's a very important part. I've been thinking a lot about it more and more and more lately. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to the comments now. There's a lot of comments. Raising a baby toddler vegan takes getting judged to a whole other level. Oh my God, I'm sorry about that. Man, living as a vegan can really, really get tiring socially. Exactly. That's why we need a community. That's why. Because if you have a community, even if it's an online community, it lifts you up a bit. It lifts you up, even like obviously if it's in person, it lifts you up way more. Like you have this bond. But even if it's online, it still brings you up a little bit. It still helps with all of it. Community is very important. I think we should start. I'm going to look into it if there's some resources where people can reflect on communities. I think Sky's channel is a good community, right? Because he comes every day. There's a lot of people meeting there. I think Vegan Gaze's channel is a good community channel. But like they're not always available, are they? Right? Like they're available when they're live, but otherwise they're not always available. So yeah. Ban Slaughter says Chase. Chase is based. Chase, I'm curious because you put a status that you should always bring paper spray with you, and I'm curious about that. But maybe we'll discuss it live because I'm very curious about that. Today I helped build a chicken swing at Small Chicken Sanctuary. It was really nice, but it rained all day. Christina, that's very based of you. Wow, nice of you. Nice. Who is this content creator? This is Alexandra. Her YouTube is Die Radikale Veganerin. I will share her link just now. The beautiful follow, like her videos or stuff. She's an awesome activist. Yeah, she's actually we're gonna do some outreach together. She's gonna come to Amsterdam at some point, and we're gonna do some outreach together. So I'm looking forward to that. Yes, my wife and I are raising our 3-year-old vegan, but the amount of shit we get for this extremely tiring. Oh my god, I'm so sorry you're going through that. I can only imagine. Like us being vegan on our own, it is what it is, and people comment. But like having a child, I can only imagine just how much shit you get from people. It's sad to see. Pretty much accused of child abuse. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I would expect. She is really good. Yeah, she is really good indeed. She's also a designer, and she's doing a great job designing, and like it's impressive. I love the vegan community. I love seeing all these awesome vegan activists. Like most of them are so impressive, and they're doing such an awesome job. Eagles, I know the feeling. Yeah, she's doing great. She is. I'm really annoyed by how bad of a person that Twitch streamer. Oh, LS, it's okay. It's okay. There will be bad people, man. There's just bad people all around. I think he was. I don't know if he was a bad person or he's a selfish person. I think he's more of a selfish person, and usually people are selfish because none of us have perfect childhoods. We all have negative emotions that we don't know how to deal with, and it ends up that you meet some friends or some people who start laughing at your jokes or start relating to you, and then your personality kind of mutates towards how they are, and it always just comes down to that, and you bring a little bit of yourself and they'll bring themselves, and you end up being a jerk without even realizing that you're a jerk. So I don't know if he is that. I don't know if that's the case for him. I don't know if he's doing it for the stream, whatever his reasons are, but yeah, people are people. Must be amazing to have vegan family. Nobody in mine in other than myself, and nobody at my work is. Yeah, I agree. It must be nice. It must be nice to have that. I admire you. I wish I had been smarter sooner. Yeah. You're much better at dealing with people than I am, Chip. If you say so. I hope. I don't know. Okay, thank you. I did a lot of courses on to deal with people because I didn't know how to deal with people. Meanwhile, my kindergarten kids eating only rice and juice and throwing both the corpses and the green veggies in the trash. It's readily acceptable. Oh my God. Jeremy, I'm sorry that's happening. I'm guessing they're like, it's sad that that's happening. It's so ridiculous, isn't it? My God, like, can't they at least just not put stuff like that in their food? Can't they just like remove it and give it to another child or something? I mean, it doesn't make it better for the animals. I get it, but I don't know. Just it's like there's level degrees of bad, and this sounds really, really bad. What's really weird is I've never met another vegan. I've been one for 6 years and live in a capital city in Europe. Oh my God. Wow. Have you tried seeing if there's an AV? So I met a lot of the vegan friends that I have through AV. Maybe there's an AV, maybe there's a Wida free. Yeah. Rice and juice is a wonderful meal. Yeah. Invite them to a vegan party. Yeah. A vegan party would be cool. Yeah. You're good. Yeah. Thank you. I'm good. That's what you want. That's the best compliment to receive. You're good. We see you froze for just a second. Yeah. I would have asked what exactly was he struggling with. Says me that has no experience as an activist. No, that's actually a pretty good question, Ankin. Maybe they actually discussed that, right? Like, I don't know if you noticed, but the video was cut. Maybe they discussed that, and maybe she gave him some tips, and maybe she just considered that the tips weren't always good, you know? There's a bit of internet stutter seems to be clearing up. Love it. This Wi-Fi. That is such a good point. You put them in a Discord server or something. Yeah, you know, belonging. Oh my God, there's a lot of comments. Okay, I might skip and go all the way down to everybody. Well, no, come on. Let's go through them. I'll go fast to the comments because I appreciate everybody being here, and I don't want to skip anybody's comments. I also don't know any vegans in real life, just my immediate family. Perfect. Well, perfect. I wish it were better. But Davey, it's sad. Like, I don't know in US, but I'm sure there's some AV or Wheat Free. Maybe you can find some. I've only met one vegan and live in the US. However, some people I knew in school as a kid are vegan in my state. Okay, that's pretty cool. There's tons of vegan Snickers replica. Yeah, exactly. Snickers is such a right. I think like you can put a date, some peanuts, some peanut butter on it, and like melted chocolate on top, and you already got like a healthy. Oh damn it, there you go. Healthy sneakers. Still pretty good. Healthy. I only say healthy because it's just as healthy as any Snickers. It doesn't take much for people to react in negative ways. Well done for sticking to your ethical and moral values. Yeah, 100%, Jeff. I don't know exactly what you agreed with because I think it was a while ago. Yes, wow. I don't know any vegans in real life. Okay, I'll go to the end. I guess there's a lot of people. The vegan community is beautiful. Yeah, vegan, of course, is great. 24 live streams to meet and chat with other vegans. Yeah, I agree. Vegan, of course, should be something that we should add there. That's what I love. That's why I love the Vegan Students Association. Yes, also a good point. The Vegan Student Association. If you meet vegan student associations, yeah. If you're if a student, 24-hour. Yeah, there's also the 24-hour live stream. It's true, but you can only chat if you're a member, and some people might be reluctant. So yeah, Lo-fi. Yeah, that's the one. The radicale veganerin is not Rafaela. No, she's not Rafaela. No, she's Alexandra is her name. She's a different activist from Germany also, and she does also great work. Yeah, Rafaela is a bit is more known, I guess, than her, but she also does great job. Member only. Yeah, it's a member only. Chip, are you going to the International Animal Rights Conference in Luxembourg in September? We the Free asked me to come as a representative. Ooh. Sure. I can come. I didn't even know about it. We the Free doesn't ask me anything, you know. I'm a nobody. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Why would we want him to go? You know, I'm kidding. No, they're very nice. No, I don't know. Yeah, sure. So in September, yeah, I'll mention it in a second. Seriously, the number of carnists kids eating almost nothing but chicken nuggets and ketchup is large. Yeah, blaming vegan parents who introduced diverse food early is insane. Honestly, also, like, if you eat chicken nuggets, just buy the vegan chicken nuggets, and they might not even know. Who knows? You know, like it's like just buy it from the start. Vegan chicken nuggets. There you go. Problem solved. Providing support to struggling new vegans on something like a Discord server would be a valuable form of activism, especially for those who don't feel suited to street outrage. Very good point, Felix. Very, very good point. Yes, that is a very, very good point. I think there is, I don't know if there is a Discord server specifically for this, but that would be really cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe the Discord server that I mentioned in the outreach does exactly this. I see what you mean now. Coming back, Jeremy, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's true. You know, we as vegans hold ourselves to a higher standard, and we feed our kids nicely, and then these people feed them just chicken nuggets and ketchup and yeah, whatever. I'm not here to judge if people feed their kids unhealthy food. It is what it is, you know. Like, at the end of the day, you have a hard day, you want to feed your kids unhealthy food. That's fine. It's not about that. It's about not making them join an exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of sentient individuals. It's about, you know, all the people you meet on the street are like, but I grew up this way. You know, everybody says it's hard for them to quit because they grew up this way. So maybe don't create a hardness for your kids unnecessarily, right? Animals are here with us, not for us. Hi. Yeah, so if you ask me, I actually think even parents, even if they're not vegan parents, should raise their kids vegan regardless, and then they let their kids decide whether they want to be vegan or not later. I still think it's a moral imperative to do it, but even if you yourself don't think it is, I still think you should raise your kids vegan, just because you want your kids to have a good life at the end of the day, right? And while right now it's kind of acceptable to not be vegan, I do think that maybe in 20 years, not being vegan people might look down on you and be like, why are you not vegan? And it's only normal, right? Because you're exploiting sentient individuals. But one can only hope. That's my hope. Yeah. The struggle of being a Midwest vegan is real. So I've heard. Do a Google search for animal rights activism map from the vegan activist to see if there's any active groups near you. That's a very good point. Yeah, joining an activism group is a great way to meet new vegans. I completely agree with that. Check out Connect for Animals for another way to connect with vegans near you or learn of events. Connect for Animals. Okay, so maybe that the thing about it, right? I wrote down Connect for Animals. The thing about it is that the people who you meet on the street who need like a community, they don't really need the community to do outreach themselves, right? They need a community where they talk to some people, where they see people being nice to them, where they see people interacting with them, giving them recipes, giving them tips, like, especially if they're in the same country. Like, I mean, personally in the Netherlands, I'm very privileged in that way. Being vegan here is extremely easy. Like, you don't even need too much of a thing. You go to the supermarket, you have an aisle that's full of vegan foods, like, and I mean, like, let's say meat replacements, right? Like plant-based meats. It's full of it, and on it says whether it's vegan or vegetarian. It's kind of weird. The vegetarian one are kind of like, that's kind of tricky, but it's pretty clear, and it's pretty easy to be vegan here. There's so many options. So I'm sure there's a lot of options everywhere, but like food-wise, I don't think you would have any issues here. I still do think that in restaurants and in society, people might be like, why are you like this? There still are people here doing that. So yeah, a community would be helpful in all regards, but these people aren't ready to do activism, right? So sending them to an activism event, they might be like, I don't know. They might be reluctant. Even if they don't have to do activism, they may not understand that, right? They may understand just like, yeah. Are you going to Vegan Camp Out UK? Yes, I am going to Vegan Camp Out UK. So is Christina. They only had 6 spots, but I would love for you to be there too. It's going to be fun. Okay, Christina, September. I have a thing in September, that's it. But otherwise, yeah. Vegan World on Discord. Okay, let me write that down. Vegan World. Okay. On Discord. Okay, that's cool. Challenge 22 has a Discord server to support new vegans. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, I'll mention that. I'll mention that to people. It's also good because Challenge 22, I've already been telling people about it, but if they have a server that specifically offers support for new vegans, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. Hey, friendo, sup, friendo. New job idea, vegan for hire. Send other vegans to do outreach to your friends and family. Oh my God, that's actually a very cool one. Oh, wow. So you're like a vegan activist for hire, huh? That's actually a very good idea. I like that. I might, I might do that. Let me write it down. I like that. Vegan outreach for hire. It's a very nice one. But you can't guarantee any results, right? I'm making potatoes and refried beans. Refried beans and potatoes. I had some potatoes myself. Delicious. Me and my wife, hello, Jose Torres. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Me and my wife have been vegan for 4 years and just had twin girls. They will both be vegan. Yes, nice. Love it. That's what we want. More of that. I'm trying to raise the energy because I'm happy to see that. Yeah, that's a genius idea. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Yeah, that's true. I hope I get to go next year to Vegan Camp Out UK. Yeah, I'm lucky that others have suggested it. There's a discount if you're part of activism groups, and yeah, I was happy to go there. Yeah, and I'm also close, right? Like in Netherlands, we just take a train and we go to UK. So yeah. How did the Vegan Camp Out in the UK get started? I think it's time. US had a few. I think US has some good vegan conferences. Well, not conferences, like vegan gonna camp out, like vegan festivals. That's what it is, vegan festivals. I'm not sure if they're as big as vegan camp out. I don't know why vegan camp out became so big. I'm assuming it's because of the vegan activist celebrities. Well, I'm not gonna say celebrities, but they are celebrities that come there, and a lot of people know them and want to see them and stuff. So they come. Right, like that's why people go there, but specifically. But I think it's also in Australia, vegan camp out, and it's also pretty big. So yeah. And also in US, there are some, yeah. Jose Torres, big congratulations to you and your wife. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. For 4 years of veganism. That's cool. Yes, US should have a vegan camp out. Vegan Men in Black. I like that. Oh my god, just had the meaty mushroom root steaks with seasoned mashed potatoes. I had those also in US. They're very nice. Kind of expensive though. Kind of expensive, but very, very nice. I don't really like mashed potatoes per se. I like my potatoes not mashed, but I'm a weird person that way. I'm one of those people. Thank you, everyone. My transhuman racht. This heat's doing me. I'm having to turn on conditioner almost like every second and turning it on and off every second. Yeah. What streamer were you guys talking about? I forgot his name. I met a streamer while I was doing outreach on the street, and he became very defensive very fast. And he had like 100 people watching or something. So I don't know. Yeah. By the way, Netherlands is not that warm today. It was actually pretty chill, which I loved it. No campouts, just conferences, lame. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if what's that Burning Man? If Burning Man were vegan, can you imagine? That would be really cool, huh? Why isn't Burning Man vegan? Wait a minute. Like, it's in the middle of the desert. It would make a lot of sense for Burning Man to be vegan. I just got a dehumidifier secondhand, and it's saving me from this monsoon season. I can imagine. The humidity is usually the issue that makes you feel very hot. What's up? What's down? What's left? What's right, people? Hey, Jigger is in the house. What is up is the ceiling. What is down is the floor. What is left is a wall. What is right is not exploiting animals. That's what's right. Yes, Burning Man. We have to go convert Burning Man. Exactly. That would be really cool. And at Burning Man, also people there, when they go to Burning Man, people are like hippies. Oh, I'm better. Environment and stuff. So be vegan. Stop it with this BS. Burning Man sucks. Yeah, you guys don't know it. I have actually never been there. I've heard about it from American Dad, and everybody's been saying that it's cool. Then I heard that a lot of rich people go there. So I think it became mainstream nowadays. It's not that cool anymore. Well, actually, you know what? Enough people are here. I'm going to give you a little bit of the news. That's what I wanted, also a little bit of the news. Then we're going to watch the next video. The news is that I have got a job. Yay! Yeah, so I will be working for... I hope I'm not removing some classified information right here. I will be working for We the Free, and as a software engineer, I will be using all of my skill sets, which is really cool, for saving animals. So I'm happy to do that. It will be part-time. It won't be full-time, so I will still be dedicating my time for the channel. It's been a bit hectic this week. It probably will be a little bit hectic in the week coming because of it. But it will come back to normal, and it will be nice. Yeah. And there's a really cool project that they're doing. I can't tell you exactly what the project is about, but it's really cool, and I'm happy to be part of it. I'm happy to be working on them with them. And yeah, it's a great team. I've been talking to them today. I had like a 2-hour conversation with one of the people from We the Free to have this conversation. And ever since I joined We the Free, I enjoyed doing activism with them, and now that I work with them, that's just awesome for me. So that's yeah, I get to use all the skills that I developed. It's perfect. I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, Chip, thank you. Yay, love, heart, love it. Thank you. Yes, I also thought it was really nice. It's nice to do that. That's so fucking cool. Yes, it is. I also thought that's good news. That's very nice. That's awesome news, Chip. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, all those RVs got stuck. Wait, what do you mean? In the in Burning Man? Oh yeah, she said, didn't everyone get stuck in Burning Man last time? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Tip. That's really awesome. Yeah, it's congratulations. But just so you actually know that I'm still very committed to the channel. I'm still very committed to all of it. That's why it's part-time for me. It's just if things slow down a little bit in this period, it's because of that. But I'm coming back. I'm coming back with more good content and all that. I have to figure out how it is. But the good news is that now my whole week is dedicated to saving animals one way or another. Is it either using one skill set or the other, which hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm not making enough money like overall to maintain the life that I have now in Amsterdam, because Amsterdam is an expensive city. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'll get there. And the beautiful thing is that I'm doing what I love with my life. That's what matters, right? So if I can encourage you guys to do something, go for what you love. It's you know, you suffer a little bit at the beginning, maybe money wise, but like it always gets better in the end, always. So that's the beautiful thing, right? Go for what you love. If you love what you do, you'll never work a single day in your life, right? That's the beautiful thing. Yeah, you know, maybe the ideal way to live sustainably doesn't start by going into the desert. Exactly. It's a very good point. I mean, tell that to the city, Las Vegas, huh? Activism comes in many flavors. Exactly. Chip, move to Utrecht is cheaper relatively. Christina, this apartment I actually bought, so I just pay mortgage. The mortgage is not that expensive, to be honest. So yeah. Martin, you absolute legend. You know, thank you. I wasn't saying it so that I get donations. Thank you so much, Martin. You're awesome. Thank you so much for the tip. I was just saying it like to tell you guys, because you know, I have a friend. One of my best friends is actually struggling with his job. He hates his job. He was in the same company that I was, and I told him, you know, dude, just quit. You see me. I am loving my life right now. I do what I love. I work hard. Yeah, there's days when I'm like, but there's always going to be days like that. And I just love that I followed my dream. I took a risk, and I love it. You know, whatever will happen after this, that's what I'm saying. I know not everybody has kind of the luxury that I did, because I was in a company that provided me with stocks, and I kind of have had some savings, still have some savings. So I kind of have that. But like, if you can make it work, follow your dream, guys. If that's rescuing animals, if that not rescuing animals, but fighting for animal rights, do that. You know, it's worth it. That's what I was saying that. And thank you so much for the tip, Martin. And yes, I do have the ukulele with me now. I'm just gonna play a C chord. Did you guys hear the C chord? Play a G chord. I'm still learning how to play it. Never had a single lesson, huh? How does guy say it? Yeah. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate it. Hey, Chip, filming my first outreach tomorrow. Any tips? Don't be nervous. Well, you're going to be nervous, actually. No, that's not a very good tip. Maybe, I don't know what you're filming with, what your sound is. Make sure that all of that is clear before you start. Yeah, that's, I think, my best tip. That's the only problems. The only problems you will have during outreach is with the equipment most of the times. Yeah. Equipment is the one failing you. Otherwise, my biggest tip when you do the outreach itself is don't think there's a camera. Don't think there's something, you know, that camera is just there to film you. Any film that comes afterwards, you don't have to publish it, okay? You don't. There's nobody forcing you to publish any videos that you watch. If you don't like it, you can just swap it. So when you're there speaking to people, don't think there's a camera. Just speak to people, do your best, and that's all that you can hope for, right? That's what I would say. And yeah, before you start, be careful with the equipment, that that's recording well. The sound is very important. Sound is very important for videos, and that's it. Yeah. You and Sky could start the best vegan band. If I could sing, maybe, but I can play one chord or something. Yeah. Are you learning to play ukulele, Chip? Learning. Yeah, I'm tempering it with it. I tried the guitar. I took a couple of lessons with the guitar, but then the guitar is so big and it hurts my little fingers because I'm vegan, so my fingers hurt when I play the guitar. But I just never, people say, "Oh, keep playing. The calluses will form on your hand and it won't hurt anymore." I kept doing it; it still hurt the more I did it. So yeah. So I said the ukulele is neither. The guitar that I had was actually borrowed from a friend, and it was 3 years ago. And they never asked for the guitar back, so I still have it. And the ukulele, I also borrowed it from a friend. I told them I'll give them back a week afterwards, and it's been a month, I think now, and I still haven't given it back. Hope they're not watching. No, it's okay. It's okay. They weren't using it. I think if people want it back, they'll tell me. Ukulele is super fun hobby. Yeah, I agree. Oh, really? Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, it's a really cool hobby. Also, I always thought it's cool. Not my first outreach. Just the filming part is new. Do you do audio and video separately? Cool. Thanks. I don't, but you can. You can do that. If you use good software, it's easy to synchronize. And if you do it separately, I recommend clapping before you start recording, because the clap, that's why they do that thing in the, when they had that video, when they had the in Hollywood, when they do that thing where they do the scene one something and they go stuck. It's to synchronize the audio and video. I learned afterwards. Yeah, and it's because the hit creates a sound, and then it's easy to synchronize the audio and video. So if you're gonna do it separately, clap or something, and you can synchronize it easier, even if you don't have software. And even if you do have good software, it's good to have it just in case, and if you could put them together, that's even better. Like I just connect the microphone to the camera directly, but if you cannot do that and want to do it separately, then yeah, do the clap. It helps. That is awesome. Yes, I agree. That is awesome. I get so nervous before doing outreach, especially if I'm alone. I also get nervous. I get nervous, especially along the way. For me, it's also weird because when I go to do outreach, I listen usually to podcast or something when I bike. But if I go and do outreach, I need to listen to nothing because then it kind of clouds my mind or something. I don't know. I'm weird because of the nerves and stuff. So yeah, I get you, Has. I get you. I get nervous too. It is what it is, And if you wanna, Has, because I saw you doing live. So what I did to kind of get rid of the nerves when going live is I first go and film some conversations by myself with the camera and then go live, because then I kind of can assess whether I'm good enough. There's days when I'm like, I just suck. There's days when I'm like, I go out there and I'm like, either don't know what to say or I get lost in the conversation or I can't listen. Yeah, there's days when I can't listen to people. I don't know why, So so then I don't go live in those days. Because then I would feel bad about myself or something, if I would go live and do a terrible job. So yeah. So you like the pain, continue through it, just like your workouts. Yeah. Continue through it. Did you know that I play the guitar? Yeah, of course I know, Jigger. You played it live on my channel. I remember it. You play really well. Yeah. Remember that? When I told you they're gonna demonetize it, they're gonna signal it, and you're like, nah, they can't possibly do that. And they did that. No, I remember it. Yeah, you play really well guitar, by the way. I'm like, yeah, really, really well. Yeah. You can put the same kind of strings on as a ukulele on a guitar, just in case you want to play both. Yeah, okay. There's also the other thing where on the guitar you need those bar chords, right? Where you hold it like this, and my fingers, I don't know if you can tell, my fingers, they look normal and they are normal, but apparently that's not good enough for guitars, the size of it. And also, ever since starting the gym, I've started working on my grip strength, also for bouldering and gym, and because in the powerlifting you can't use straps. I use straps now, but you can't use straps when you do that. So I've been training my strength, and my fingers have gotten a bit chunky. They look like sausages. So that's not, apparently that doesn't help with any musical instrument. I felt for you when Vegan Gaze was pressuring you like that. I feel like it's lame as unmannered behavior, and people aren't obliged to change their opinion. He says correct shit a lot, but this nihilism mush he's on right now. Listen, Vegan Gains. I don't agree with a lot of the things he says. He's a very do I want to say troubled? I don't know. I think troubled is the word, right? Troubled. I watched actually a video about him a couple of days ago because I was curious, but I don't know a lot about him. I didn't know a lot about him. And I heard about a bit of his life story, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that explains a lot why he's the way he is. And I don't know, I feel for him. He's not a bad guy necessarily. He's just had some situations in his life that kind of toughened him up, and he became who he is now. So I don't hold it against him. That's the whole thing. And yeah, I can't say for myself, right? I also had moments in my life, but I don't know, maybe I just had a better childhood or something, or I just had a realization, a cushion where I knew how to behave in cases when it becomes bad or something. So I don't know, it's hard to judge people based on how they are, but you know what, at least, yeah, he does do the things that he does. I don't agree with the calling predators thing, but at least, he's vegan. At least he uses all his skills, and a lot of the times he does debate non-vegans. He does do all that. So, yeah, not gonna comment too much on that. I don't think he's necessarily a bad guy. I don't think he is a bad guy, actually. He's just motion. He prides himself to be logical. I think he is pretty logical. I think, with the calling predators argument, it is pretty logical to some extent. If you start on a certain premise, it's very logical, but there's also a lot of things that I think it misses, and I'm still looking into it. That's why I'm not discussing it anymore. So I will discuss it again. I'm not letting it rest. I will discuss it again, but I need to look into it more on myself. I understood their argument better than you think. Like, I sometimes have conversations with myself, and I know exactly what they would respond. When I say they, people defending calling predator things. So I still have some issues that I can't possibly understand why I have a problem with them. So that's what I'm exploring right now, but passively, not actively. So yeah. So don't give him too much. He's a beacon. He's a nice guy, I guess. I don't know if he's a nice guy or not. I think he just had a troubled life. I record audio and video separately often, and syncing is pretty easy. However, sometimes you get audio drift where it starts out synced and slowly separates. That is a huge pain to fix. Oh my God, that is horrible if that happens. I don't even know how that happens. How does audio drift happen if you synchronize it and it's recorded? That sucks, man. I'm sorry. That is really painful to hear. Yeah. Is there a budget-friendly wireless microphone that you'd recommend? Something I can clip on my shirt for outreach. So the cheapest thing that you can do is record with your phone, the audio, and record the video with something else or with another phone or something. If you have that, like if you have maybe an older phone and you can buy a microphone to put it in your phone. That's the cheapest way. But cheap microphones, there's not a lot. I realized the one that I have, the Rode Wireless 2, is it's kind of one of the cheaper ones apparently, and it's like 200 euros it was. So not a lot of good options there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could help you more. We used to have that problem with the synchronizing audio, but now Harry has a microphone that you can connect directly to the phone, and you don't need to worry about the sync and audio and video. Yeah, that is the best. Yeah, that is the best, and that is the best to do. Hey, looking forward to a training video or what I eat in a day video. Yeah, I'm actually want to make that. I want to make a what I eat in a day video. I have done it. I recorded like 5 times what I eat in a day, and I never was happy about the recording. But I'm gonna stop being so overly critical and probably make something and post it. All right, I did play on your Chan. Yeah, Chan. You need grip strength to drain tofu. Yes. Actually, I do drain tofu by hand sometimes. I don't know if you guys do it, but I put it like here and I drain it like this so that I don't crush it. I had to stop playing D minor because BJJ messed up my fingers. Trying to think what BJJ means, and I don't. My mind goes to something that I don't want to say right now. Starting to wear on my wife, and I honestly, after 6 years of being vegan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, welcome to the community, by the way. You're always welcome here, and Sky's channel is also great, as I said, but you're always welcome here. You know, we all support each other here. It's I'm sorry that you're going through that. She grew up vegan, and it's very inspiring to her to hear. Yeah, from birth. Yeah. If you follow the culling predator argument, isn't it ethical to kill and eat fish because they are almost always carnivores? Well, they mentioned that it doesn't apply to fish. It actually doesn't apply to a lot of things. So again, it's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it too much because I haven't, as I said, I haven't explored all the things where I currently was in contradiction with, and there is something there. There is something there. Specifically, this argument, I think it works in specific cases, but there is something there where it's like, I have to put my finger on it. I wrote down, I do a lot of stuff for it because it's a bit complicated. But yeah, I'll come back to it. I mean, wild caught, not farmed. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, hunting actually makes sense with the culling predators, right? Because you can hunt the predators and eat them. I think audio drift happens because of different sampling rates between audio and video. You can fix drift by making 2 markers at distant points in the clip and then adjusting speed. Well, I don't know how to do that. I'm a very basic person. I press a thing that says magic wand, solves all my audio issues. Bam, solved. Yeah, I always drain it by hand. We also freeze it first. Yeah, it's easy to drain it by hand. Like, I just don't have space in my house to keep a tofu drainer thing. It's only gotten worse. I'm sorry about that. You know, I also have 2 little young ones, both vegan. It can get tricky at times, but surround yourself with online vegan friends if you don't have any nearby. I agree. I disagree with eating animals, including predators. I wouldn't kill a human who murders other humans just to see him as food and eat a human. Yeah, and you know, I actually discussed this in therapy. The calling predators thing, I had discussed it in therapy. Funny. It actually did happen. Oh, you see, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now I get it. So I actually discussed this in therapy, and I'm not going to go too much into it. I don't want to go too much into it, but yeah, it's my view. Okay, my view. I realized that I'm a deontologist. Just full stop. Deontologist. I'm not. I don't know. I don't think there's any threshold for me, and if there is, I don't think I would call it a threshold. I would go into it for deeper explanations at some point. So for me, deontology kind of says it's wrong to kill regardless. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. My ex-wife and I were insulted and criticized a lot, but we had to blank these people out. Yeah. It's not always easy, though, is it, Martin? It's true. It's sad to hear that. It's sad, and it's sad. You know why? It's sad for you. It's sad and hard for you, but I'm sure that it's sad and hard also for the kids. You know, like, you never know if they get shit from other kids saying, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Kids can be mean, right? Do you use Premiere? Yeah. Okay, let's go into watching the next video. Okay, how do I put this? There you go, like this. We were watching Die Radikale Veganerin, the awesome Alexandra, and let's watch later. Okay. Let's watch James Kite, the vegan activist condemned to hell.
Cruelty, Satan's work.
What about the animals that we send to a slaughterhouse?
This is where God comes into it.
Where?
We're all in a war zone anyway.
Maybe in a metaphorical way, but, you know, I'm not facing bullets on a daily basis.
You put on your neck by asking that question.
How can we begin to solve all the violence in the world when there's still violence on our
Listen
plate?
to me. Read the Bible, because that is the first law book that you should read before
There's a lot of
leaving
things in
Earth.
there that I wouldn't follow, though. I don't need context to know that that's wrong.
So you're slating the good Lord who said to do what he had us to do. There's no Big Bang, mister.
So they're all going to hell? Doesn't seem like a just God to
If-
me.
if-
Why does believing make me worthy of heaven? Why not just being a good person? Why isn't that enough?
It isn't. The Lord's just giving me the nod to say, get away from you, because you are clearly not listening.
Okay, that was the coming up section. Okay, wait, before I start, this is the video we're watching right now. Okay, let's watch it. 3 questions on animals. That's an interesting sign.
Hello, how are you?
This guy doing the umbrella thing. Have you guys done that? Oh my god, I used to do it so much. Oh, balance it, balance it, balance it. Yeah.
I'm fine. Yourself? What's your name?
James.
James. Oh, right. Okay.
Good to meet you.
I'm Jeff.
Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Hi.
I've got 3 questions.
You've got 3 questions, and now I'll ask you.
Very good. First question, what do you think of animals?
I love animals.
That's good. I agree. I have the same.
Right. So, and we'll hook up as to why.
Yes. And your does any particular animal come to mind when you think of animals? Have you had a relationship with an animal pet?
I've always had dogs.
Nice.
But not lately, because I'm nearly 64, and where I live, we can't have dogs.
I see.
But I like cats,
Yeah.
although they're a little bit on the spiteful side, so I wouldn't have them.
Yes.
I love them. I'll give them a lot of fuss.
Yes.
You see what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, but dogs, you can rely on them because they're more attentive to what they.
Yeah.
You see what I
They're
mean?
more present and in tune with us, I guess. I
Same
think
as
that's why most
horses.
people relate to.
Okay, no, that's a bit too fast. Their speed is variable.
Dogs more than cats because they give us attention as well.
And horses as well. Dogs and horses go cap in hand with the human being, in as much that they adhere to they know that they're safe and they know that they are there to work or whatever the case
It's
is.
very much a relationship.
It is.
And cats unlike a cat. You can't. You have the same, but it's different.
I wish I had a
They're rarer.
horse, I'd never. Yeah.
And second question is,
Second one,
what do you think of those that are cruel to animals?
I'm going to answer that question in as much that I concur with what I will tell you after I've answered the last question.
Okay, well, it sort of leads on to that. So I guess the sub question would be, how would you define cruelty?
Cruelty, Satan's work.
Satan's work, okay. And could you give me an example of cruelty to say a dog?
Yeah, it's not looking after that said dog. And so to answer your second question then, I do not hold with it.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't hold with it is because I hold with what God tells me.
Okay, that's
Right?
good.
He created all things
Yes.
before he created
Treat
us.
others as we want to be treated. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the final question is, what about the animals that we send to a slaughterhouse? So
Okay, before we go on, I'm curious if you guys comment, and it's pretty good. Strangely, despite being pantheist myself, I don't know what pantheist is. I don't know pantheism. I need to look it up. I have a huge respect for atheism and regard it very highly in a logical sense. According to some, pantheism is a type of atheism which I am exploring. Yeah, I'm atheist myself. I don't know what pantheism is, but interesting. Okay, let's go on. This guy's religious. We know that.
So those that we gas, electrocute, bolt gun, and then chop up into pieces for food and
The only thing is, right, this is where God comes into it.
where?
Because he gave man dominion over animals and things like that. But he also gave animals for food as well.
Right.
It annoys me. I can't say. It annoys me. God gave dominion over animals. Therefore, it's okay. God gave us dominions. Therefore, we should slaughter the shit out of them and eat their guts. Yeah, hey, I'm the manager here, okay? They put me in charge. I'm the manager. Therefore, I gotta kill you and slash your throat. Pantheism is basically seeing the universe as God. Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. Didn't know about that one.
Later on, there are obviously vegans as well as vegetarians.
And this is when I talk to a Christian, the first question I really like to ask is, which I think just
I
cuts
don't
to the
like the
chase.
cruel ways that they do it.
Well, is there?
And this is also something that everybody says. I don't like the cruel ways that they do it in. I don't like it. I don't like how they do it. I wish they did it with compassion somehow. What are you like saying that you don't like the cruel ways they do it is like such a cop out, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I don't really like that they're doing it in a cruel way. I don't mind that they're being killed. I don't mind. I don't think it's cruel to take somebody's life. No, no. It's how they do it. It's how they take their life. That's the problem. Oh, that annoys me.
Is there a kind way to take a life?
When you go to war, is there a kind way or a cruel way? There's both,
No,
right?
but war is different from a slaughterhouse,
Is
isn't
it?
it? Yeah.
Okay. Well, consider this: we're all in a war zone anyway, and we will be answerable.
It may be in a metaphorical way, but I'm not facing bullets on a daily basis. The question I'd like to ask Christian.
That's such a good response. I saw it in the beginning, but like maybe in a metaphorical way, but I'm not facing bullets on a daily basis. Damn, that's a good response. Oh, I'm gonna write that one down. I'm not facing bullets on a daily basis. Fuck yeah, that's a good response. Props to that, man. I like that.
Christians, I don't know if you identify as a Christian, but sounds like it. Is what if Jesus was here in this day and age, right, and he had as much choice as we do in our choice of food and clothing and all the rest of it, would he be vegan?
That's such a good prefix to add. I never thought about adding that. If Jesus had all the choices that we do with food, with clothes and everything, I don't know if I would ask, would he be vegan? Because I think people might be confused about the question. Maybe I would ask, if he would have the choice, all the choices that we have today, to either exploit or not exploit animals, do you think he would choose to exploit animals? Maybe I'd phrase it something like that. I don't know. I would have to think about it.
He would say, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," and he would show us how to, And I suppose really, he would say, "Let's go with the
compassionate, merciful, benevolent." Yeah, all these things come to mind.
Vegans, I don't know about vegan, but I mean,
vegan. I don't know about vegan. Jesus vegan. I don't know about that. No. Jesus, not Jesus. It's a known fact. Jesus was hating animals. It's a known fact. It's a known fact. Yeah, nah. Like Jesus would often talk about putting your hands up the anus of a cow. Like that's something that Jesus would often encourage, right? That's what Jesus said, that we should put our hands up on a cow's anus, just to hold their cervix while we put some semen in their vagina. Nothing sexual about it. Nothing sexual. No. Hey, we're just doing it for the food. Yeah. It is a sexual act, but we're doing it for the food. Jesus said it's okay. So yeah.
Vegan. What does vegan mean to you?
Well, I don't know. It's a vegetarian is a vegetarian, right?
Yeah, that's a dietary position, but a vegan position is the philosophical.
Yeah, you see, that's why I was talking about earlier also. Explaining what, like it happens to me also that I mentioned veganism without explaining what it is, and a lot of people don't really understand it. And he said vegetarianism is a dietary position. Maybe it would be interesting to ask, what's the difference between vegetarians and vegans? Do you know? And then you mention, okay, but vegans don't wear leather also, right? Vegetarians can wear leather, right? Am I right? So then what do you think veganism is, or something like that? Or actually somebody told me that the better question is, what do you think a vegan is? Not veganism, but rather a vegan. That's actually a pretty cool question also.
Objection to our commodification of animals.
You are. This is what you're leading up to, is it?
Of course, yeah. Of course it was, yeah.
What is your background here?
But that's the side. What about the animals in Central Slaughterhouse? Would Jesus think that's okay?
I can't answer for him.
No.
But the thing is, right, you have put on your neck by asking that question. That if you are bringing Jesus into this questionnaire, and the reason I don't hold with it is because I hold with what God tells me.
Okay.
That's such a good reminder. When the editing was pretty good on that one. Yeah, so he's like, you bring Jesus into this. Okay, let's check out the comments. That was pretty fun. I'm having fun with this video. It's fun. It's a good video. You know, James, great job. Great video. Honestly, props to James. I miss Gary Yurovsky. What happened to him? I know he burned out, but that was years ago. Yeah. I also don't know. It's indeed, it's kind of, yeah, other questions, things. No one alive even knows if the Jesus character of the Bible ever existed, let alone what that character allegedly said. Yeah, so I actually have been reading about it, that there are obviously historical records of the existence of a certain person named Jesus, but there is no historical record saying that all the things that that person was said to have done is the same person, right? So there might have been multiple people named Jesus who have done that thing. So yeah, it's not necessarily that one person did that one thing. And yeah, Jesus would love jerking off bulls, and also, oh my God, yeah, exactly. Well, I can't read that. That's too. Some Christians say Jesus is God, the same person, and that God likes animal sacrifice according to the Bible. Then Jesus probably wouldn't be vegan. Yeah, I thought about that. It's, I don't know. I don't know. You know, like it's weird. You know, like that's the problem when you bring these God and stuff into arguments. It's that you can justify almost anything, right? Can't you? Because, well, you can say, well, we don't understand why they do that. We don't understand the reason. We don't understand all that stuff. Like, maybe there's a reason. Maybe we're just not smart enough. Maybe they know better than us, right? An omnipotent person will know better than us for sure, right? If a Christian doesn't start the religion conversation with forgiveness, charity, or compassion, mercy, I'm out. Yeah. There's no proof of God or Jesus or any other religious figures. And there are thousands and thousands of them, and most of them all violent because humans created in their image. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, I'm atheist, but as I said, I appreciate if somebody wants to be religious. That's okay. You know, that's okay if you want to believe in whatever you want to believe in, right? Like, I don't think there's more ridiculousness in believing that there's a God and Jesus is the Son of God as there is in believing, I don't know, that the universe is a God, right? Like, they're all just beliefs that we hold that might be possible, but it's not necessarily good or bad, right? Like, I think they all hold some weight, and as long as they don't make you justify horrible things, that's all good, right? I cannot stand the religious we're animals. No, let's just turn a blind eye to all conflicts that are happening. Yeah, we do know Jesus of Nazareth existed. The Roman wrote about it. Yeah, the Bible is anything but a reliable historical source. That's also true. I mean, if you guys want to hear about the Bible, Davey here, Bible Dumb Podcast, he reads the Bible to everybody and he discusses it, and it's a pretty good podcast. So I urge you to watch it. He really does read the whole thing. He goes through the whole arguments and all that stuff. So he does a great job, and it's very entertaining to listen to him. These old scriptures are not proven history, religious tales, just to control population. And at the time, it was probably a good idea. Maybe, yeah. Oh, hey, Nick. Nice to see you. So convenient that one belief system says I was born with the body of the most superior species. How lucky. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. The Bible has been manipulated over the years. 100% true. You know, like the stories that are in the Bible have been decided by some people which ones to keep in and which ones to keep out. So it's kind of the first accounts surfaced decades later. Yes. The historical records were written about 200 years after the events. Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine telling a story from person to person, and obviously it's gonna end up something else, you know. Jesus made a mess in the animal sacrifice temple. Vegan activist. Exactly. I think, honestly, I haven't watched Christspiracy, but I don't deny that Jesus might have been vegan or might have wanted to be vegan, because I don't know how possible it was during his time, right? And there's accounts where he said he ate fish or something. How were people like Gandhi or Mother Teresa not vegan? I don't think they were. How about Buddhists not being vegan? Odd. Yeah. Religion is religion, man. I don't want to get into it. The alleged Jesus of the Bible is a supernatural entity. So that's very different from any claim that a man named Jesus existed. Also true. The Bible says to kill gay people in Leviticus 20:13. I'm going to write that one down, because if I meet religious people, and I have, it's good to have these kind of stuff, right? Because when they say, well, that's what God says, then I'm going to ask them, why don't they do that? Huh? Why? Oh, so you pick and choose what God says from the Bible. Okay, I understand. So then why not pick and choose a compassionate method, or something that's not violent? Mother Teresa was a sadist and Gandhi was like, oh my God. I just don't understand why we just can't take wisdom from the Jesus story without lying about the veracity of the superstition. Exactly. That's a very good point. Garden Eden was vegan, 100%. Hello, Pig's Dream. Nice to have you here. Or better yet, just read Tolkien. Yeah, that's the part of the Bible that you're mentioning, right? I honestly don't know a lot about the Bible, so I'm assuming that that's what it was. Fun fact, according to early Mormon theology, oh my God, Christina bringing the fun facts, all animals have souls and go to heaven, the celestial kingdom, and Mormon scripture says you should eat meat only in times of famine. Wait, are Mormons vegan, Christina? That's actually, what? That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to remember that one. Maybe we should be approaching Mormons. There's a lot of Mormons worldwide. If they would be vegan, that would be pretty good. Believing in a God is a selfish thing. It's all about me, me, me. I think believing in God isn't necessarily about me, me, me. It's more about feeling safe. It's about feeling safe, right? Religion gives you a feeling of safety and community, and maybe some answers that just haven't been answered by science yet, right? So, or that don't really make a lot of sense to you because maybe you don't read enough or understand enough. So that's okay, That's fine if you want to believe that, right? At the end of the day, we all can believe whatever we want, like as long as it doesn't impact society or what we do going forward. But religion does impact society and going forward, so that's a different case scenario. But I would say let's put it this way: believing in God is okay. Religion is not, right? Like, it's okay to believe in God, it's okay to have your own beliefs, but religion, organized religion, I think we can all agree that's kind of a problem. Religion is not the root of all evil. Irrationality is. Religion is only one of the symptoms. Also very good point. Also very, very good point. Goat. Nice. Yeah. Guys, Bible Dumb Podcast. He reads all the Bible, all of it, every word, every single word. There's not a word that hasn't been like read from the Bible. You know what would be interesting, David, by the way, if you could somehow like make a statistic of the words and just see which are the words that are mentioned the most and which are the words that are mentioned the least, and kind of create like a graphic out of that. And it would be interesting to see as you go on which words become bigger and smaller. I think there's these videos online that you see progression over time, and you see this thing going up and down and then moving up and left, and like these it's like a bar chart. That's pretty cool. I would like to see that about the Bible and the words as you keep progressing with the chapters, which words become bigger and bigger, and like, oh, I see this word becoming bigger. Oh, this word, God, now Jesus, and all of a sudden Jesus appears and it becomes bigger than all of them. That would be pretty cool to see. Neither is money evil. It's merely a medium of exchange. Exactly. All of their faith is based on mommy had told me so. All of it. There is definitely some component of being born into a religion, which I don't like, right? I think like you shouldn't be born into any religion and decide afterwards. That's something. Believing in one thing without evidence can lead to believe more things with no evidence. Yeah. It's a true statement to say that there are thousands of religions and spiritual belief systems. As far as deities and all the characters in them, there's actually no evidence of their actual existence. Exactly. There's no evidence of their actual existence, but it's okay. There's no evidence. Like, there's a lot of, there's a lack of evidence for a lot of the things we as humans believe. And there's nothing wrong, again, like my opinion, there's nothing wrong with believing all this stuff. I think it becomes wrong when it impacts like others, right? Like when you start cutting the throat of animals because you say God told me so. Have you guys seen Ellen Fisher podcast with the maker of Christ Pierce and the Hunter? I have not. That sounds really cool. Buddha thought veganism. What didn't you know about that? If you want to have spiritual beliefs in some cases, it makes people feel better. Yeah, exactly. But in the case of something serious like matter of life and death, we need to stick to factual logics. I completely agree. Yeah. Also, I hate it. What is your problem? Let people have abortions. Okay, it's a medical procedure. It's none of your business. Stop it with that. Just stop it. There's no case for religion in medical procedures. Okay, just stop it. Matthew 6:5 says it best. And when you pray, do not like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners to be seen by others. Pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what Jesus was trying to say also, right? Religious cherry picking all the time. Bible is pro-slavery too. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Christians would never admit to picking and choosing scriptures. If you try to catch them in that way, they'll get super defensive. Bad idea. Completely agree. Yeah. No, Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings, my favorite book of moral wisdom. Okay. You see how well I know books and stuff. Yeah, okay. I watched the movie. One of those people watch the movie. Mormons are not vegan, but they should be. They should be, yeah. I have returned for now with more corn. I am loving it. Corn. Mormons and their magic on them. I can't even imagine when my son gets old enough to start getting bullied by being a vegan. Oh, that's sad. I hope not. Sports clubs provide community too. Yeah, it's kind of very similar to religion, I guess. The Infant of Prague customized my van. That's cool. Speaking of that, right? That's actually a very good point. I think what sports clubs provide is mostly community, and you can see how fanatic people become about that, right? So maybe community should be a bigger deal than it actually is for the vegans. Like if you want people to go vegan, maybe we should be considering the community, because the more people I speak to on the street, the more I realize that there will be people who just don't care enough about the matter. And not that they don't care, like if they had to kill the animals, yeah, they would care and they would be like, no, I don't want to do it. But if they themselves don't have to do it, if they're secluded from it, they don't care enough to think about it, they don't care enough to change. So it's sad to say, but those people would benefit from a community, because the community could incentivize them to not participate in all that. Even if God really existed, it would be necessary to abolish him. I heard that before. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Natalie. I'm sorry, Natalie. I don't know why you're crying, but it is sad. Yeah. Oh, about this. Kids are brutal. They'll probably get bullied regardless of a reason. I got bullied. It doesn't stop. Yeah. I don't think Mormons are vegan, but they are asked to eat meat sparingly. Okay, I guess that's something. Are dispensary prices in your area really shitty right now? I'm actually curious about that. $54 for an eighth. $336 for a pound. Jesus Christ. Let me see. A pound, 1 pound is 450 grams. It's 453 grams. 336 divided, that's still cheaper than here. 336 divided by 453, that's 74 cents for a gram of weed. It's 12 euro the gram here. 12, 10, 9 the cheapest, 18 the most expensive, 20 even. They're bad here right now for some reason. Yeah. Veganism is a mindset that respects animals as beings, not resources. Exactly. Even in the extreme situations where survival requires consuming animals, maintaining this mindset means valuing all beings equally. I completely agree. Yeah, it's very, very well spoken. Chip, standing up for women's rights and animal rights. Yeah, I just don't understand the whole abortion thing. Just I never got it. Like, what? Like, I understand their point. Maybe I understand their perspective. Oh, it's alive. Dude, stop. It's not. It's not a sentient life, right? That's what matters. The possible change in scheduling may be drying up resources. I think big pharma and tobacco are getting ready to take over. The laws are already shifting, so it's a very unstable market. Thank you for advocacy, Chip. I feel terrible for all the women in the US who have no access to abortion. I'm scared the extreme conservatism, it will spread to Europe. Actually, about abortion, I had a friend in high school. who had an abortion in high school, unfortunately, like without her parents knowing, without all of that stuff. And it's very difficult. It's it's not that very difficult to have. It's a procedure that like some people imagine it as like, I'm just gonna go do whatever I want and then I'll just have an abortion. But it's not that. It's very taxing on the mental system. I remember that took her half a year to recover from it, like, and I don't mean physically but mentally, and even afterwards she was never the same. And like, you just can't think that it's something that we take lightly. So it's a medical procedure. It's a very invasive medical procedure. It's the repercussions of it, the mentality of it. We all know what it implies. So when people do it, they don't do it lightheartedly. They do it with the whole mentality in their mind, and it's difficult for them. So you putting extra steps into difficulty and forcing their life into a situation that shouldn't otherwise be, I don't think that's fair. And believe it or not, medical procedures usually say abortions are up to the, like, I think, I don't know. There's a certain, I always forget the number. There's to a certain place where that's also the place where the fetus becomes sentient. So it kind of coincides with that whole thing. Yes, even if the foster wrote poetry in the belly, it uses the woman's body and it's her choice. Anti-abortion people can, yeah. Not just women, people, okay? There's people who are not women, who can still have a uterus and who can still get pregnant and who should still be able to have abortions. I learned that also myself when going to a women's protest. It's the women's choice written on a card. And somebody asked me, can I correct it? And I'm like, oh, yes, please correct my sign. I didn't know that there was something wrong with my sign. And they go and they cross out women and they say person, because that's the reality. It's not just women. It's all people, right? See, you live and you learn. If someone believes in God who does not like gay sex, then maybe should try to have no gay sex, but don't tell others what to do. Also, right? Also, why wouldn't you like gay sex? Huh? Just leave people. It's cool. It's all cool. It's just sex, it's love. I love this community. I love this community also, Mobius. Vegan Cannibal, 5 Vegan Power Lab memberships. Hell yeah. C-chord. I don't know how much you can hear from that, but that's okay. At some point I will learn better songs or something, and I will sing something on a live or something. But we should educate about condoms so no baby gets hurt. Use condoms, vegan version. I agree. I completely agree. I think sexual education. So it's actually right. There's a statistic that with the more sexual education you get, the less of these situations you get in. And the more openness towards sexual education, the more openness towards talking about condoms and all of it, the less prone to these situations you become, right? And especially when you're in your teens, you rebel, and that's a lot of the times when this kind of stuff happens. And it's important that in those times that maybe you're open about it, you explain it well, because these are not easy things for anybody to go through. Anybody. Pro-choice is the morally responsible position. Completely agree. Vegan Cannibal, nice work, Cannibal Boy. Yes, nice work. Yay. Enjoy VFFs. Awesome, Vegan Cannibal. If you knew he'll get bullied, why have him? If you knew he'll get bullied, why have him? Oh, you mean the child? I don't know. Sometimes you don't know that the child's gonna get bullied. You don't know that. Sometimes I honestly don't know why people want kids, but I'm guessing there's some not like physical need that we have, right, to procreate. So that's why probably people want kids. It's not easy to have kids, so yeah. No, ounce, it's 28 grams. 28 grams. Okay, what was I calculating? 30. Okay, 336 by 28. 12. Okay, so it's very similar to here. It's very similar. Okay, very similar pricing. You antinatalist. I'm not an antinatalist, by the way. I'm okay if everybody can choose what they want. I just don't know if I want kid. Chip, your weed math was way off. I see that. I see that, Chase. Thank you. I see that. Yeah. I'm yeah. Oh my God. What is this? 1 lbs is 16. 1 pound is 16 ounces. Okay. It was an ounce. See, this is the problem with your imperial system. Come with the metric, grams, kilograms. Bam, problem solved. That's it. No. I'm a consequentialist actually, but you sure hell, but you so sure he'll just deal fine with the bullying. Okay, yeah, sorry, my reading skills have obviously been great. You can be anti-abortion and still pro-choice. Can you? As in, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think though pro-choice means letting them decide whether they can get an abortion or not. That's what pro-choice means. It's the woman's choice, it's her body, yeah, or it's the person's choice. It's their body, right? That's what we were saying. It's the person's choice, not the woman's choice. Let's say somebody is graped with would be insane if they are forced to have the baby. Exactly. That's a very, very bad place to be in. Bodily autonomy over sentience of parasitic organism. You can put it that way also, yes. Jesse is a nurse, and incest and rape is not uncommon. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's awful. The idea of forced pregnancy is terrifying, disgusting, and wrong. That's the thing, isn't it? That's why I'm saying it's a medical procedure. It's medical. It's psychological. Like you can say, like if you really want to have good regulations around it, you can say you need to go to a therapist before you do it, and you need to yeah, you can have some of it. Like you can make regulations around it so that you don't have cases where people just go around doing abortions. Although I never think that's ever the case, ever. But yeah, it's sad to hear this. It's sad. It's sad. Removal of pro-choice means fetuses have more rights than women, which is cray-cray. Exactly. Don't most people hate going to the doctor, or is it just me? I actually love going to the doctor, but it's also that I have a good doctor. I go to them and I have conversations, and my doctor is also very good looking, so that also helps. Having a good looking doctor. Yeah, look at that. Look for a good looking doctor. When you go in, you're like, "Hi, what's your problem?" I don't actually have a problem. Too many muscles. Just kidding. It blows my mind that pro-life antinatalists are a thing. Pro-life. Wait, this whole thing confuses me. Pro-life antinatalists are a thing. Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a contradiction. Yes, some non-binary people can get pregnant. Exactly. There you go, Chase. Love it. People. There's this German brand of vegan condoms that has dinosaurs on their packaging. They're super cute. That's what you need to make. Cute condoms. Cute condoms. What else? Improve humanity by infiltration. Expensive creatures, these babies. Yes. You should flex your biceps every time you say the word protein to assert argumentative dominance. Yes. So you see, what I eat in a day, I usually have 280 grams of protein. But you can get a lot of protein from other plants because all plants have a lot of sources for protein. And, protein. That's funny to do that. I might actually try that. That's kind of funny. That person would be like, what the hell's going on? Why does this guy keep doing that? Nah, American here, sticking to me guns. Exactly. It really isn't their choice, I'd say. It's their choice to abort them, but not to have them. But of course, abortion is murder. So I don't know. Just don't create in the first place. Oh. Transhuman right? Do you believe in transhumans rights? What is it? Because I'm like, I'd say it's their choice to abort them, but not to have them. Okay. I guess, I sort of agree with that, but of course, abortion is murder. That I don't agree. So I don't know. Just don't procreate in the first place. Hello. You can be against the act and still respect the decision of those who make a difficult choice, is what I meant. That's true. That's true. You probably find this debate interesting then. Now I kind of want to watch that you sent, Mike. 280 grams of protein. Community is a big deal for all human beings. If we look back to most of our time that we've been on the planet, we've lived in small tribes. Yeah. I eat 3,000 grams of protein every hour. Oh my God, my hand's starting to hurt if I keep doing that. I got a vasectomy this week. Based. Nice. I don't have, I'm abstinent, you know, my partner, this is my partner. So, so I don't need a vasectomy. But I am curious. Yeah, Christina asks, how was your experience? How was your experience? There's a lot of evidence in the science of psychology, not because we don't have a sense of community anymore. It's contributing to mental health and physical health problems. Not because we don't have a sense of community. Oh, you mean because we don't have a sense of community anymore, it's contributing to mental health? Yeah, I can agree that. Antinatalism for the win. Yeah. Protein. Since you mentioned it, Chip, you would find this debate interesting then. I can't click on it though. Kakuna Matata, it's the best. You're going to have to procreate though. Like, you must do something about wild animals suffering. I don't have to procreate. I don't want to procreate. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm impartial to it. If I ever get a person who wants to procreate, and I'm like, okay, why not? I have to go. I want the vasectomy too, but bye for now. Ulf, you were in the chat, man. I miss seeing you in the chat, Ulf. I miss seeing you in the chat, man. You got a nice energy there. Yeah. Bye, Ulfie. Nice to see you. No Hakuna Matata, Death Lion King. Okay, let's continue on this video because I'm like, what I've been doing, right? I even forgot where we were. Let me write down a couple of seconds.
Questionnaire. And the reason I don't hold with it is because I hold with what God.
So we were there in the place where he said that you brought Jesus into this conversation.
Okay.
Right? You're putting on your own neck if you are not a believer in him.
I don't think it's relevant to our treatment of animals.
In him, you say, huh? In it, I would say. Or maybe her. Or they. Who knows? Why would you assume God is a him?
It's not. I mean, we both established what being cruel to a dog is, didn't we? We said harming it, not feeding it.
Well, people.
And so why is it different when it comes to a cow or a pig? Do you know how we kill pigs in the UK?
I don't know about the UK, but there is
90% of
He should have let him answer that. Indeed, that would have been interesting to hear.
Gassed in gas chambers, and they suffocate, and then they sort of burn from the inside because it's not nice gas, it's CO2. They suffer for a few minutes before they die. It's been decades, and the RSPCA even assure this as well, even though they know.
I'll look into that.
It's not okay. Yeah, there's a documentary on it that's just come out on Amazon. I don't know if you have Amazon.
What about the Muslim?
Nice call out for Pignorant. By the way, if you haven't watched Pignorant, it's a very good documentary. I watched it, and it's not like any of the others. It's actually it's very watchable. I would actually recommend
to go for halal meat.
Yeah, I think that's wrong too.
Right.
Yeah.
The Lord said, "I will bring you into a land of milk and honey."
The Lord also gave us fruits and berries, didn't he? And seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was in the Garden of Eden. When did we start eating animals?
We didn't get that point.
After the fall.
Right.
After we sinned.
And how did we sin? Do you know?
We went against God's word, isn't it?
Right.
I'll be back. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Okay? Don't worry. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, free abortion is right to choose. I agree. Abortion should be free. Honestly, I think all medical procedures should be free. I think everybody should have the right to live, be free, and health, right? It should be free. Even food, I think it should be free. But hey, I guess I'm a weirdo that way, or to some extent, right? Why did he stop short of mentioning ignorant? Oh, you mean James? I think sometimes you get interrupted and you have to listen. I don't think he intentionally did that. On Prime, yeah, on Prime. I've heard the mothers of same grape babies keep their babies. Yeah, I still haven't watched it. I'm like Chip. I don't like to see the cruelty in action. I also turned off Dominion right away. Davey, it's not like that. It's actually pretty lenient. It's pretty chill. It's pretty cool. It's you see the story of Joey, and there is some scenes, but you can look away. But it's a pretty good documentary. That's why I liked it a lot, because it doesn't have those gruesome scenes. Oh, I was hoping you were going to rip out a tune. Oh, you mean like no? Nah, I'm good. I'm actually trying to cut back. Meanwhile, I'm halfway through setting up my 8 new VR headset for Outreach. I'm not good with tech, but I'll get through it. Awesome to hear. It's that, if that's what they want, yeah. Just watch your YouTube stream on your phone, play your stream, and not miss any content. Okay, nice to hear that you're watching it. Who's going to solve it then, if not humans? I don't know what you mean. Maybe I lost a bit of the context in that. Food should be free, at least water. I also agree with that. Prignorant is free on Tubby in Canada. Unfiltered water is free, and it should be, yeah. Have you seen the clip from the song Sebo Levy from Mikey 3D? I have not. Food grows on plants and can be free. That's true. Food grows on trees. We are in the stage of evolution right now. If you look at the way evolution has gone, things are improving. We will get to a point where life won't be so hard for people. Systemic change first. I completely agree with that. And by the way, while we're watching, I have brought some. Let me put myself in the view. I have brought some protein bars. I don't know if you guys know Barbell Vegan. This one has 15 grams of protein and 200 calories. This one's a good one from Orange Fit, also vegan. It's got 190 calories and 17 grams of protein. I forgot to say protein, yeah. So a lot more protein, less calories. And this one, which is probably what I'm going to have, it's from Body and Fit vegan protein bar. I don't think you can find it in the US, but you can find it all across Europe. And this is the salted caramel flavor. I really like it. It's got 190 calories and 20 grams of protein. I'm going to mute you for a second while I open it. This is what it looks like. It's pretty good. Okay, let's watch this video. Getting my protein in.
Satan, being Lucifer at the time,
Yeah.
came to Eve as a serpent and tempted her with the fruit that Adam and Eve were forbidden to eat. Believe on him, that he died for our sins. We will be.
I wonder if he actually told him the whole story, because he skipped through it, and like we all know the story. Poor James.
Given, and we will have eternal.
So we can do what we want now, and we'll be forgiven later.
No,
because some people have that position.
No.
I know people that say, if you ask for forgiveness towards the end of your life, no matter what you did, even if you're Hitler, you can go to heaven because you will be forgiven, because God is all forgiving.
It depends, doesn't it?
Well, I would have thought so.
You reckon?
Yeah.
But I won't wait until the end, or I'm going to die before that.
Do you know what the Bible says about the end times as well?
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah 11.
I keep bringing it up.
Isaiah 11? Do you know Isaiah 11? It talks about, in the end, the wolf will, I think, dwell with the lamb, and the cow with the
lion will
lion,
dwell
that's it.
with the lamb.
Yeah, so all these animals
Yeah.
will not kill each other.
No.
And blood won't be shed in his name no more.
Wait. The wolf will lay with the lamb? That's it. That's if there are wolves anymore, right? Because if we're calling them, I'm sorry, I had to do it. Got to run. Thanks for the stream, Chip. Thank you for the membership. Thank you, Davey, for being here. Bible Dump podcast, everybody. Awesome podcast. It's really nice to hear. Bye, Ellie. Nice to hear. Thank you for being here. I'm happy that you are here. We're actually going to finish this video also, and probably going to end it. It's pretty late for me also, and tomorrow I'm actually going to be live with Lucy also, so we can enjoy more outreach also then.
Anymore. So I mean, so
That's the way it should.
the point is, at the start, we're vegan, right, under God.
Yeah.
Then we sinned, and then we weren't. Then Jesus comes in all merciful, and the end times talk about a world that is vegan once more. So even from the Christian perspective, I think it's a moral obligation.
It is. Whether you are.
I'm glad we were able to come to a sort of agreement.
You're
Yeah.
a Christian yourself?
I'm not a Christian myself, but I'm very well read on the topic.
No, that's not good enough. Because you can be well read on the topic, and there's two places to go. Jesus will come back with the souls. They don't know Jesus.
I think they tell you that they know that Muhammad is the last prophet and that Allah is the way.
Well, they're
And
They talk about Islam now. You know, I'm curious actually. When you it's funny because when you say that you're read up on the topic, right? And they start telling you more about the topic which you already know, but you don't believe in it. Because like belief is not something you can control that much, right? Like if I don't believe in something, I can't really control that I don't believe in it, right? So what is there for them to say or do about it? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
they would say that they would give you the same amount of convincing testimony as you just gave me. And it's not to discredit your experience. I wouldn't do that for a second. It's just to suggest that, you know, if I'm a bystander and I've never grown up with any of these teachings,
well, no, this
and
is it. This is
and I've got there are Muslims that tell me this way, give me the same testimony and just as convincing, and then you tell me this way.
Yeah.
How do I know which one's the way? Because they do conflict.
Well, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, the life." He said.
So did
All
Muhammad.
come unto
in
him,
a way.
and he will come back again. And you might even look up one
And we
day
won't
and
kill
see
animals
him.
anymore. And we won't kill animals anymore.
Well, let's hope we don't.
Yeah, we don't have to now. We don't have to now.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that.
So I would encourage you to make the compassionate choice, the choice that I think Jesus would make if he was here. And I'm confident in saying that.
See, the thing is, right?
He's merciful.
You're on the side of that. So why don't you preach the gospel?
Because I think this is the primary evil of the world. How can we begin to solve all the violence in the world when there's still violence on our
Listen
plate?
to me.
Yeah, that's a mistake, I think. Just discussing the Bible. Like it's very tempting always when you meet a religious person to try and convince them of some religious thing, but I wouldn't do that. I think you never end up in the right situation, right? These people probably have had conversations like this with a lot of people, yet they still choose to believe. And you're a stranger to them. I don't think it's going to come off necessarily better, but whatever. Yeah.
I say to all solicitors and lawyers, before you start reading your law books, read the Bible, because that is the first law book that you should read. It's basic instruction before
There's a lot of
leaving
things in
Earth.
there that I wouldn't follow, though. There's a lot of things in there I wouldn't follow.
Well, because
lot of
it's teaching you what has happened over many millennia.
What are the laws that I need to follow? There's so many of them.
10 commandments, right? That's the first one. But there's so many laws that as Jesus said, I do not leave you as an orphan. He said, I will send.
I don't know if have you read the whole Bible?
Yeah.
That's also the problem when you start discussing religion and stuff. You not only stray away from the conversations about animals and the reason why you're out there doing outreach, but they also start outreaching you about religion, and it's you become, well, not bored, I would say, but rather taken away from it, right? You lose the energy that you have, and you need to keep the energy when you do outreach. And, the more people you approach, the better.
So you know that God commanded the the genocide of the Amalekites, right? He also said to Moses,
But I applaud that he keeps trying.
enslave the heathen that's around you and
You
keep the
got to
women
read into
and
why.
keep the women for yourself. I don't need context to know that that's wrong.
Oh, so you're slating the good Lord who said to do what He had us to do.
Yeah, I'm stating the words of a God that, if they did exist, clearly doesn't care for us humans.
There's no Big Bang, Mister. And I'll tell you what, there was nothing. Whatever you see
But
now,
all the evidence shows a Big Bang.
Also, why is he looking up like when he said there's no Big Bang? Maybe the Big Bang was down. Why are you looking up? Like, I don't know. There's no direction in space, is there? But like, if there is, I can assume some direction in the physics way, right? Like a vector has a direction. So I'm assuming there is a direction in that sense. And then a sense, right? But
Big Bang, but I mean, I
No, wait.
don't really care either way.
listen, I'm gonna have to leave you.
That's okay.
All
That's
right.
okay. But I've enjoyed the conversation, and I wish you well in your day and forever future.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna pray for you.
I appreciate that.
All right. You want me to pray for you now?
No, that's okay. But do pray for me if that will bring you peace and.
That's what I do.
Okay.
I'm trying to save your soul going to hell.
Mm.
Because if you have got Jesus, that's it.
mm,
End of.
mm.
And it's not a happy place. You'll be dying and dying and dying.
I mean, but you could
Suffering.
say this to all the Muslims as well, that
Well, yeah.
they're praying to all the Buddhas, so they're all going to hell. Doesn't
Well,
seem like a just God to me.
if they don't turn from their ways, and if they believe in Jesus, then they won't.
But this God doesn't seem so just. I mean, I could have a life full of giving, right, and not believe, and I'd still go to hell.
If you didn't believe in God,
See, that's not justice to me.
why not?
Because why does believing make me worthy of heaven? Why not just being a good person? Why isn't that enough?
It isn't.
Well, why not?
He was pierced for all of us.
Yeah. But-
God sent His only begotten Son
It
into the world.
His only son himself. I thought Jesus was God.
God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are all in one.
Yeah, so it conflicts with logic as well, because you can't be
doesn't.
all things at once.
Of course, it can.
Well, then how? It's not really a sacrifice if you're sending your son as you in order to serve as a loophole for rules you created in the past. It doesn't make sense as a story to me.
Well, the thing is, the Lord's just giving me the nod to get away from you, because you are clearly not listening.
I was listening. Bye.
Oh, he was really upset at the end. Really upset, huh? He left in a hurry. Oh, wow.
Apparently, I wasn't listening. The music made it a bit of a challenge towards the end, but never mind.
Oh yeah, I know that music. That's such an annoying song. Like that type of stuff really annoys me. Yeah. He felt convicted. Yeah, that's true. He did felt convicted. That's why I said maybe when we meet religious people, it's okay if they're religious. Again, the point is not to judge them, right? The point, or to try to get them off their religion, but rather to make them understand that they can choose their own path and be religious if that's what they want to do, but also, not exploit animals, not exploit sentient individuals, not commodify them. What are your thoughts on the CRISPR gene editing? All for it. Why not? If we can remove multiple sclerosis and other, diseases from genes, genetic diseases, why not? I'm all for it. If we can make corn have more protein, why not? I'm all for it. A lot of Christians say faith is a choice. It is, isn't it? I don't know. I am about 18 minutes behind. P.S. Good times, vegan condoms. Okay, you're at the vegan condom. Law book, own slaves. Yes, exactly. Religion's a hindrance to the progress. Yeah, it is. Recording the Bible, I'd rather watch the movie. Reading the Bible, I'd rather watch the movie. It's actually pretty fun, They read the Bible. Sometimes they make fun of some portions. They poke fun. Not they make fun. They poke fun at it. It's actually a pretty good Bible Down podcast. It's nice. I have read the Bible and I found it even less convincing than Star Wars. But you should like religion. It encourages birth. Yeah. I learned about this today. 1 Samuel 15:3. I wrote down Leviticus 20:13. Yeah, then they'll just pump their little babies full of this crap, so gonna forever have this to be subjected to nonsense. I guess. I don't know. When we are doing dog meat activism, my friend spoke to Jehovah's Witnesses, who was to a Jehovah's Witness who was preaching close to us and actually turned him vegan on the spot. It was incredible to see. Holy crap! Wow, that should have been recorded. That would have been nice to see indeed. The dude believes in a mafia boss as a god. Better believe or else. Like, but he left in such a hurry, did he not? Like, I gotta watch that again. The way he leaves at the end, it's so funny to me. Wait.
It's just giving me the nod to say, get away from you, because you are clearly not listening.
I was listening.
He wanted to say something else, but you know what? You are clearly not listening. Okay.
Just giving me the nod to say, get away from you, because you are clearly not listening.
I was listening. Bye.
I mean, you shouldn't have left at the end, I guess. Yeah. I just noticed recently somebody gave me a membership. Thanks, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Victor. You tired of that music? Oh, hell yeah. I hate that. The accordion, the thing that goes oh, so like when you're like in the video, it doesn't sound that bad, but when you're there, it's so loud and it distracts you so much. It's scary to watch these reactions sometimes. But GMO, they all gonna kill us with GMO. What? Oh, you have a problem with the GMO? Why? Why do you have a problem with genetically modified organisms? You know, like, imagine this. There's a gene in an apple, okay? You modify the gene, it's a slightly different apple. You still eat the gene. Why would that be different? Why would that be worse or better? Like, what is that gonna make it differently? I don't get it. Why would you have a problem with GMOs? Oh, you're not a weirdo. I fully agree. Food, clothing, shelter are basic necessities. Yeah, it is inhumane to let people die. What kind of system do we have when we systematically don't do what we can do about it? Yeah. GMO, get more oxygen. Yeah, I know people have like GMOs. You know, I know it's a controversial thing because it's kind of an appeal to nature, right? To say GMOs are bad. Why would GMOs be bad? I don't. I understand the perspective where some seeds can do damage to the ground, agricultural ground, but you can fix that with GMOs, with more GMOs. Christ flake, yeah, or God flake. We have a saying in church that some people are so heavenly minded that they are not earthly. They are no earthly good. Yeah, I kind of think that Christian guy fit that category. I don't know. We can't say that about him. You know, when you're in front of a camera with a stranger with a thing you don't understand, I think he ran away and got offended because the other person kind of made good points and he couldn't defend them, right? Like, it is a good point to say, well, what? How is it? How does it matter if I'm being good or not, as long as at the end of my life, whatever he said about Jesus, that you say, I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior or something like that, and then you're okay. So that basically means it doesn't really matter what you do in life, right? Like, you can be a horrible person, do horrible things, and at the end you say that, and then like, you're okay. Is that really how it should work? I don't know. I don't think that's like, at least there was some morality to religion and all that, but now if you remove that, that's also no more. That's not moral at all. I heard they increased prices or something because people were against GMO. I don't know where you get your information, man. They increased prices because of inflation. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Oh my God, it's 2 hours and a half already, and we watched 2 videos only. Let's see what else I had. Oh, okay. Let me share this YouTube channel with you guys. James Kite. If you liked what you saw, I like his production quality. I think he's got some good conversations. Give him a like, give him a subscribe. We help out other vegan activists, right? Okay, let's see what else I have in my, well, not history. No, you're gonna watch that. Oh no, my channel. No, yeah, watch later. Oh no, you just saw that I was watching big muscly people. I like watching big muscly people. Don't judge me. After I ate a genetically modified organism, I got a genetically modified organ. Mike, you're a treasure, Mike. You're a treasure. Meat production declining. Okay, let's watch one more and then we'll end it. Okay, let's end on a good one. Meat production declining.
So, UK meat production decreases for first time in a decade. The UK government has produced a new update of its regular report on agriculture, and the latest has revealed that the total UK meat production has decreased by 4.1% in 2023. It's the first time there has.
By the way, Ale is based. I love Elle. She's awesome.
Been a decrease in total production in over a decade. This decrease was partially caused by the total number of animals being farmed decreasing, with pigs being the ones who have been farmed less. Numbers dropped by 10%.
Hell yeah.
So it's really interesting. My initial thoughts were that people were dropping, I'm going to call it its euphemism, red meat, and replacing replacing it with chickens, for example, thinking that like people talk about clean and lean meats, they say that. But if you look at this report, and we'll have a little gloss over the report, it's actually the chickens being killed, it has decreased as well. And really interestingly as well, when you look at the report, eggs has decreased as well, which is like, why is this happening? It kind of indicates that a vegan population is increasing, or for some reason people are eating less of these like the flesh and secretions of animals.
Hell yeah.
Which I find like it's not what I thought was happening. What did you think was happening?
Yeah, I mean, I think like I do think naturally that there's like growth of the vegan movement year upon year, but not so much that would reflect anything near to those kinds of figures. So I'm really interested to see like what the article says the reasons are. I would assume, like, based on like my opinion from like I'm pretty sure the last stream we talked about similar things. Like I would assume it would be more like to do with environmental stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see. It might be a price, as it says there. It might be because of the price, because the price has been increased.
Like that, I feel like that's the thing that's gonna drive less animal agriculture. Is going to be like the nature crisis. Like that's what I think. But yeah.
Also, I agree with Kenny here. Most people care more about the environment than about animals, sadly. So that will probably drive the consumption lower.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that last time, that the ethics will follow.
Yeah, and the ethics will follow. That's true.
I agree. I think that will probably
be hindsight.
Yeah, absolutely. The report states total meat production in 2023 decreased by 4.1% to 4.2 million tons. This is the first decrease in total production in over a decade, and levels still remain 60% higher than a decade ago. Over 60% of this decrease has been driven by the large reduction of 11% of home-fed production of pigs. Despite the decrease in overall production quantity, I can't read today, I'm so sorry. In 2023...
She's reading amazingly well. She can read very well.
The total value of UK meat production rose by 5.8% to 10.9 billion. This has largely been driven by substantial price increase for cattle, pigs, and poultry.
Yeah.
So the price is going up, the value is going up, but the number of animals being killed is decreasing, and that will probably continue that trajectory. It'll become even more expensive. The value will be higher, but there'll be less.
Therefore, less people would purchase it. Surely,
yeah. And we were discussing that in a past stream as well. So also the report shows that the value of milk and milk products decreased by 10% to £6 billion, driven by a decrease in prices from an all-time high in 2022. The volume of milk produced in 2023 remains unchanged from production levels in 2022. However, the value of eggs for human consumption increased by 30% to £1 billion, although production decreased by 8% to 0.9 billion dozen.
Jesus Christ, those numbers scare me. They scare me. Okay, let's watch the comment section for a bit before we go into that whole thing. Coincidentally, I just found him early today. Perfect. Subscribe to him. He's awesome. I guess they were saying we could have had cheaper food if people were not so against GMO. Yeah, we could have way cheaper food. That's true. Way more availability. We could have less crop deaths. GMOs are not actually pretty good. Ooh, who's this based Brit? Yeah, she's based. We all love Elle. Elle is a salad studies show. She's awesome. Yeah. I'm now following Bible Down podcast. Check them out later. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I loved the episode where Sky was. I laughed. I had such a good time when I heard that episode. So it's such a good episode. Elle is God in Hebrew. There you go. She is half God. She is she's LLE, right? So she's half God, half the reverse of God. So half God, half human, I guess. I don't know. Her and Kenny are both awesome. I completely agree. Kenny is also awesome. If you GMO to make an organism more nutrient, that can be one thing. But if you do it to make it resistant to pesticides, you are causing more problems. It's more how you use it. I mean, why would that be a problem if they're resistant to pesticides? Like it's good, right? Like you then have to use less pesticides, right? Isn't that the whole thing? The one thing that controls my belief is evidence. Okay. The guy was saying he won't have gene edit engineering because people so gay, they even against GMO. I don't get it. Elle is one of the best gay vegans in the history of all time ever made. She is. She's awesome. We all love her. It's not teaching you what happened to over millennia. It's teaching you mythology. Perhaps we should have a shrine built. If Elle is God, Elle is God dog. That's funny. That's funny and good. She's both God and anti-God. Hope she don't have an eternal conflict. Yeah, we do love Elle. Okay, let's watch the rest of it.
So the value has shot up, but the production is decreased quite significantly. Actually.
Like I was going to say, like not even really by like small amounts. This does really blow my mind.
Yeah, I can't believe it. And we will look at the report because obviously people might not be as convinced if they're just reading the article, but we'll look at the gov.uk report.
Nice.
Although the number of vegans and vegetarians has been increasing over time, the reason for the decline in meat production is unlikely to be because of falling demand, but rather
So Kenny was right.
because of adverse weather conditions, possibly caused by the current climate crisis.
There
This
you go.
suggests that animal agriculture itself, with all the greenhouse gas emissions it produces, is partially responsible for this decrease, which is not surprising as the animal agriculture industry is intrinsically unsustainable.
Yeah, you see, we're kind of lucky that in that sense. I believe that if being vegan wouldn't be good for the environment, it would make our fight so much harder, so much harder. So we're kind of lucky in that way that it is. Yeah, it's because right, we fight for the animals, not for the environment.
And yeah, it might be what you're saying as well, where people are recognizing the environmental impacts and they are deciding not to consume it as well. But we'll look at the report, and you can just see here, this is gov.uk, and we'll just read the summary here.
Oh, nice.
But if you read the article, it is linked and you can read it in detail because it's quite extensive.
Aha, only reading the summary, eh? I'm kidding, obviously.
All like flesh and secretions. So
Cool.
the value of beef and veal increased by 4.2%. Home-fed production decreased by 2.5%. The value of pig meat increased by 6.2%, but production decreased by 11%. The mutton and lamb, the production decreased by 1.8%, so that's not as big, but it's still a decrease. The value of chickens increased, but the production decreased by 0.8%, which I was surprised by. The value of milk and milk products decreased, so the value has decreased. But the volume of milk produced remains unchanged from production levels last year.
Oh, that's kind of sad. That definitely means it's the environment, doesn't it? Because people, they're like, it's not that bad. Vegetarian is better. I mean, it is better, but it's still not. I mean, it's obviously better for the environment to be vegan, but it's not about the environment, is it?
No, year before 2022 rather. And the value of eggs has increased by 30%, as we said, but the production has decreased by 8%. So,
what I find confusing about it is that, like, I assume that, like, as production like goes down, the value would go up, but that doesn't seem to be the case across all the products. But
yeah, I was also thinking the same, but then exactly as Kenny said, it's not the case for all the products.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
I just the eggs. Maybe it's got something to do with bird flu as well.
Yeah, for sure. I just like that. That's totally like what my opinion is on this like situation. Because I just think the growth of the vegan movement is obviously like quite slow, and to like convince people socially to like take on that is not like the easiest thing in the world. But everyone's sort of aware that we're at a crisis point with these types of things. So specifically when it comes to animal agriculture, anyway, I just feel like it's going to be a lot more to do with the sustainability arguments, really.
Yeah, well, I found that really intriguing, and I think my prediction is that will just continue henceforth. I'm thinking. Yeah,
that was the other video. Oh wait, I disappeared. There you go. Yeah, it can also be because I don't think a lot of people necessarily turned vegan, but I think a lot of people might have been reducing it. It can also be because of that. Yeah. Do you think the number of vegans worldwide is growing exponentially? No, I don't think it is growing exponentially, for sure. I think there's a steady growth. Percentage-wise, I don't know. I think there might be more people being born than people turning vegan, it is what it is. I found this, which may or may not answer your question. Soylent.com/pages/vegan statistics. Let's try that on Soylent.com/pages/vegan. Vegan statistics. I mean, I'll share Vegan FDA's channel also, but I mean, they got 115,000 subscribers. I'm sure you already are probably subscribed to them, and if not subscribed to them, they're awesome. Okay, let's see what Mike sent here, the vegan stats, and then maybe we'll be ending this stream. Who knows? Okay, myself here. Bam, love it. Okay, veganism has been experiencing a surge in popularity and practice over the recent years, with more and more people adopting a vegan lifestyle every day. Nice. Health concerns, climate change, and animal welfare activism are some of the most common reasons. Oh my God, that's horrible. People opt for a minimal use of animal-derived products. Health concerns, climate change, and animal welfare. And it's at the end, and it's not even about the animal rights. It's about animal welfare. Ugh. If the rise in vegan trends throughout history is of any indication, veganism is here to stay for the foreseeable future. I agree with that. With this in mind, Soylent has compiled a list of vegan statistics worth knowing for 2023. Okay. Oh, this is for US. Interesting. So 10% of US adults identify as vegan or vegetarian. What? Okay, but that's not okay. The number of vegans worldwide reaches approximately 79 million. From 2004 to 2019, the number of vegans in the US increased 30-fold. Wow, that's impressive. The plant-based market grew by 27% during the pandemic. Pretty good. Gas emissions caused by animal agriculture range from 14.5% to 16.5%. Okay. Only 1% of the world's population identifies as vegan. A vegan diet can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease by 32%. Interesting that 10% of the adults identify as vegan, but then only 1% of the world's population identify as vegan. Well, this is vegan or vegetarian, so maybe that's why. This is a long article. Oh, it's not that long. It's pretty cool. Okay. Estimating the global vegan population is a hefty task. However, data suggests that there are approximately 79 million vegans worldwide. That's pretty good. With the global population rising to about 7.8 billion, the percentage of vegan population is not as significant. No, but 79 million people says it's enough that you know that you can survive and thrive on it. Research shows that in America alone, the number of vegans in 2019 reached over 9.7 million. Moreover, projections for the future say that by 2040, only 40% of the global population will continue eating meat. Holy shit, that means we'll, oh my God, that's pretty good. Motivations for turning vegan vary between individuals. According to studies, 68.1% of the individuals who turn vegan are motivated by animal welfare. Okay, I don't like that it's called welfare, but whatever. 17.4% do it for health reasons, whereas 9.7% for environmental and sustainability reasons. That's pretty interesting. So a large portion of them, they actually do it for the animals. The Vegan Society currently registers over 61,000 products, most of which are cosmetics rather than food. That's also pretty good. Cosmetics are always kind of tricky. Additionally, 72% of Americans are against cosmetic companies testing their products on animals. Yeah, I actually have been thinking about starting outreach with that. But yeah, due to rise in demand for sustainable vegan fashion and beauty products, there's been an equal rise in the output of such products from companies. For example, the vegan fashion industry was worth 400 billion in 2019. It's pretty good. I don't know these numbers. They don't mean a lot to me. I don't know like globally what that is or if it's good or bad. Regarding access to vegan food, the top 5 cities are London, New York City, Berlin, Los Angeles, and Toronto. Hey, not Amsterdam. London, New York, Berlin. I mean, Berlin was awesome. There were a lot of places, I remember. New York also has a lot of places, yeah. London, when I was in London, I wasn't vegan, sadly. So when I'll go now, I'll check. But I'm sure, I mean, I heard it was designated the #1 city to be vegan, and so I can imagine. LA, I was only there one day, like maybe 10 years ago. I didn't eat anything, so yeah, I didn't. I think I even was vegan when I went to LA, but yeah. Toronto, nice. Never been there. Whereas the countries with the largest number of vegans are UK, Austria, and Israel. Interesting. On Australia, #4, and New Zealand, #5. Veganism as a phenomenon in the US is more apparent in Black and Indigenous communities. Okay, BBC reports that roughly 1 in 12 Black Americans, or 8%, are vegans or vegetarians. Reportedly, Black Americans are the fastest growing vegan group amongst all Americans. It's a good thing to know. Maybe if we outreach Black Americans more and they become vegan, maybe then white Americans then follow it, because they're always leading they're leaders in what's cool and not, right? Veganism by political orientation: liberal, 52% liberal, 34% neutral, and 25% conservative. Yeah, those conservative numbers are not very good. In terms of demographic, statistics show that most of these adopting a plant-based diet are female. Okay, mostly female, and only 41% are male. It's funny. Furthermore, 40% of vegans are millennials, whereas baby boomers and Gen X account for 21% each. Okay, interesting that mostly are millennials. I'm curious about Gen Z. Regarding political orientation, roughly 52% of vegans identify as liberal. Okay. 34% are neutral and 15% are conservative. A surprising statistic reveals that most of the vegan population earn roughly $54,000 yearly. Holy crap, that's a lot of money, which is less than what the average American makes. Okay, the average American is pretty rich then. Veganuary, one of the most popular plant-based campaigns, has the main purpose of endorsing a vegan diet for January. In 2022, the signups for this campaign reached the new highs with over 629,000 people from 228 different countries signing up to participate. Again, these numbers, I don't know, it's a lot of people. Let's see, compared to 2021, that's, let's see, 582 over 629. That's a 9% increase. That's pretty good. I think it was more of an increase from 2020 to 2021, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let me go to the comments a bit, and I think, yeah, I'm here in the comments. I'm not against religious people, but it's very tempting to want to attack religion because we always see throughout history it is used to justify systemic harm. Yeah, that's the problem with it, isn't it? No joke, but there's a pair of wizards doing the dirty deed on the outside of my bedroom window right now. Okay. Is that like a costume thing? There are a couple of arguments for and against bioengineering. First, there's the argument it might improve us, and then there's the argument it might cause these diseases. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe. 1% of the world's population is vegan, so we could create a vegan country. That would be awesome. That actually might be really awesome. Yeah, there are, but like all studies show that all the GMO foods that are approved are safe. So I don't think it's any issue with it health-wise. I recently read the Old Testament from the New Testament in its entirety, and you know, people often say the New Testament is so much better than the Old. Jesus was still judgmental. Linda says, "Oh." Best place to find stickers for activism, like your boy, pedalliterature.com. Okay. Good night, people. I'm going. Bye-bye, Linda. Thank you for being here. I think we're gonna end the stream also. It's I'm going to Berlin this summer, says Christina. That's pretty cool. Berlin is really nice. Wait, let's go through all the. I did hear one theory about how random selection in breeding, like instead of controlling our genes, can give us more strength. I'm sorry, I can't explain all the details. Something to consider. I would not want that. I don't. So you know, selection means killing off the ones, right? Or not allowing them to reproduce, the ones that are weak. That's not nice. Identifying as vegan in no way, shape, or form means they're actually vegan. That's the thing. The vast majority of that percentage are likely not vegan. That's also kind of what I thought the problem with that statistics. But I think it comes if it comes to like a disease that we don't have a cure for, maybe editing that wouldn't be a bad idea, but probably not arbitrary things like so-called beauty. Yeah, that's the problem though, isn't it? That's also what I think the ethical problem with gene editing is, that where do you stop, right? Like you can't tell people not to do it or to do it, so it's kind of difficult. It would be it's I think the more we advance as a society, the more ethics and morality should be taught and insisted upon, that we discuss it, because it can be morally kind of weird to gene edit somebody to either be stronger or beautiful, prettier, or whatever, right? But then again, you know, if somebody's struggling, they have maybe a birthmark or something that they've been struggling with it and they don't like themselves for it, who are we to say don't remove that, right? That's the thing, you know. It's hard to say. I don't think I've ever seen a vegan from New Zealand. Wait, false. I follow 2 vegan activists from New Zealand. Funny. We already said goodbye. Bye-bye, Linda. Thank you for being here. They always call it Aotearoa instead of New Zealand, and I forgot. I have no clue how to read that. Chip, please don't accept claims about vegan demographics. There's such a high percentage of people who identify as vegan but clearly aren't vegan. I agree. Protein. Good night. Sadly, I am having trouble with 3 headsets. I feel very frustrated. Christina, you're doing a great job. Okay? You got these awesome headsets. You got them at a great price. You are doing this for animals. We all love you and appreciate you. It's okay. Take a break. Try again tomorrow. Louis, is that because being plant-based gets confused with being vegan also? And also because, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I eat a little bit of meat. I'm basically vegan. A lot of people say that, which is kind of weird. I was playing bass for the environment. Then I was more willing to listen to vegan outreach videos and things because I wasn't so biased. Now I'm vegan. I was playing bass for the environment. Then I was more willing to listen to vegan outreach video and things because I wasn't so biased. Now I'm vegan. Oh, I see what you mean. That's pretty cool, actually. So kind of the environment and stuff kind of drove you to learn more about veganism, and now you're vegan. That's cool. And I'm going to be stuck in my Israel purgatory. Israel, that's what you said. So I think if somebody refuses veganism outright and you've exhausted, you know, all your energy, it's not a bad thing to try at least encourage them to go plant-based for other reasons. It's not a bad idea. It's not, obviously. If you're filming it, though, it can be a bad idea, right? Because like if you approach a person on the street, that's fine if you do that. But like if you're filming it, it kind of muddies out the message, right? Because we do care about animals. We are fighting for animals. And yeah, even if it's obviously better for the animals, it's like saying to somebody, you know, hey, if you're going to beat your wife, can you at least like use a softer whip or something? You know, it's like, it's kind of muddies out the whole thing, doesn't it? Or like, hey, just don't beat her on Tuesdays or something, which is weird, you know, like, if it's on camera, like, don't. Like, when we promote veganism, I think we should promote it the right way. It's because eating animals gets confused with being vegan. Does it? Good night, Christina. I feel your frustration. Good luck. Yeah, Christina, good luck with that. And good night. Pia, that and many other reasons. To be honest, maybe vegans in the stats will probably be the majority if when the world goes vegan. I think so too, but it's better than the current state of the world right now. So I digress now. Yeah. It would be fine if my brain wasn't going insane since I'm out of my routine for some reason. I get that. I get it. When you go out of your routine, it can be insane. People shouldn't use the word gay in a derogatory way because there's nothing wrong with being gay. Nothing. It's like saying I wear a white t-shirt. Well, it's not that. That's a choice, right? And there is some fluidity to sexuality. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's ridiculous. It's just a thing. It is. It's neither good or bad. It's just is, right? It's beautiful to be gay. It's beautiful to not be gay. Whatever you are, whoever you are, it's okay. Just, it's okay to be whatever sexual inclination you want to have. You have, whether it's a bit of a choice or not a choice at all, whatever it is, you are who you are, and it's beautiful, and accept yourself for who you are. Some people think veganism is about maximizing the reduction of suffering of sentient organisms in the world. Yeah, that's not. Lots of people don't actually understand veganism. That's true. Yeah, I feel I'm in literal hell with all of this heat and the conflict. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. That sucks. Both the heat and the conflict. Yeah, he said he's in Israel. I like when Chip encourages people to eat a plant-based diet until you decide to go vegan. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's like helping them get their foot in the door after having discussed the vegan position with them. Exactly it, right? That's like it's me trying to tell them, because when I say that, I try to also get them to understand that there's a difference and try to get them to look more into it, right? Because sometimes when I say that, people might go like, huh, why is, like, even if they didn't listen to the whole conversation, because I'm sure that sometimes they might have issues with listening to the conversation, at least they're like, oh, what did he say, go plant-based until I go vegan? Isn't that the same thing? And then they go on Google and like, oh, okay, it's different. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Oh, I might go vegan after all. I don't know. Yeah. Consensus matters. Yeah. Okay, everybody. I think we had a long boy. It's 3 hours. I wasn't planning. I was planning on staying an hour, and we stayed for 3 hours. I want to thank everybody for coming here. Thank you, Martin, for the amazing donation. Martin, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Vegan Cannibal, for the memberships. Super appreciate it also. It's awesome, I'm just gonna put this little song that I always put at the end to give a good feeling. For a lot of us. Don't lose hope. The world will go vegan. Go out there, speak to somebody, tell them about veganism. Just tell them about animals. You don't even have to use the word vegan, the reality, right? Just tell them about the animals. Tell them about what they go through. Sometimes just go to a person and be like, did you hear about what they do to pigs? That's insane. Did you know that they gas them to death? Like, that's insane. Did you know about this? I didn't know. I just found out about it. That's insane, isn't it? Yeah. And just say that and then leave. Let's see. Maybe those people will look into it and be like, what? They put pigs in gas chambers? How the hell do they do that? So you never know. You never know where how one seed grows, right? So we don't have to have full lengthy conversations, full explanations. Even one little thing can get them thinking. So, and sometimes one little thing can mean more than the whole conversation. So let's fight for animals. They need our help. They deserve our help. And, it's it's the right thing to do, isn't it? It's always been about fairness for me. It's never been about anything else other than it's unfair to treat them this way, to do this to them. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Martin, you're right. The vegan community is awesome. So let's build a vegan community like this, just like this thing. I forgot to mention it during it. Like it, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed and you're watching. Thank you for everybody who watched and didn't comment. Thank you for everybody who watched and commented. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing all this stuff. And no matter what's happening in your life, there's a vegan community somewhere out there, and let's help each other. Let's help the animals, and let's make the world a better place for all of us. Okay, a fair place. That's what it's all about. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye.